Alright guys, hey everybody, how y'all doing? Just gonna be just a couple more seconds, just let me take care of one little thing here. I'm gonna close this window. I'm gonna go ahead and just do this here. And there we go. Okay, so let's get into the game, shall we? Okay, so here we are back in Tamriel, the wonderful world of Tamriel. You can see when we left off last time, we had just finished a big war where we conquered. Well, we got Evrosted. That was the main benefit of that. That's the biggest city we got. We also pushed further down into Onsilvrund here, the Leak Wall, picked up all of this stuff. Mistwatch and Amal we already had, but this corner here and this thing here, yeah, we picked those up all at once due to we had this thing called a Warlord ability, and that allowed us to conquer a huge swath of territory in one go. And we now have to distribute those territories, but we also have other considerations here. That's why I didn't do that right away, because we have things we need to think about. We also have our husband's bastard son down here in the independent rump state of Verkarth. Now, what happened down there? Well, after we fought a 9-year war with the orcs, we managed to pick up a lot of these things here, but we also got these 3 territories down in Hammerfell, which at that time, the orcs were just expanding all over the place. You can see they still control the Hunding Bay and Taneth here as well. And so we went in to stop them. We had to stop the orc expansionism, and what ended up happening was that, you know, we did not want to manage territories in Hammerfell because that would piss off everybody down here and make us enemies where we didn't want any. The real point of the war was to create this barrier here between us and the orcs, push them out of the Hrothgarian mountains, their ancestral homelands, and create a natural barrier where the Hrothgarian mountains would actually serve to protect humanity from the orcs. And you can see here, if they were planning to attack us now, they have to mass here in Shield Wall, which is a nice little choke point there. And so we wanted to get rid of these. We did not care, you know, we were not going to be responsible for the management of these territories. So we took our husband's bastard, and we shipped off him and his mom over here, and gave them Thorstad, Skavin, and Verkarth here. Now, unfortunately, we made an alliance with them, you know, so they could be protected. They were basically our protectorate. But this idiot, you know, he ended up canceling the alliance, and immediately after he canceled the alliance, of course, they were attacked by Nimble over here, run out of Skavin, and then Laneland here went ahead and conquered back Thorstad. So he's in a bit of a pickle right now. And we need people to take some of these newly conquered territories over here. Now the question becomes, should we invite him back into our court? You can see he doesn't like us very much, but he is married to the Chiefess of Ingmarok, which is one of our vassals up here anyway. Whereas you can see Ingmarok is this color here. They control Rorikstead, Bleakwind, Skyhammer. They also control, well, Ingmarok, obviously, and these areas as well. Dunkarn, Castlejoy. So Ingmarok is one of our more powerful vassals. Hey, Steambub, how you doing? Good to see ya. Now, as I was just explaining here, this guy, we have the option of vassalizing him again and inviting him back into our court. Or we could let him stay here and get squashed by either red guards on this side, or actually Nimble is controlled by Colovians. So let's take a look at our internal options. Do we have any people who, we need to distribute a lot of territory here. Let's take a look at this. We need to get rid of all of this, these three. This one as well we want to get rid of. And these three as well. Holy crap, we got a lot of stuff. Okay, so there's actually 2 tiles on here. And, yeah, okay, 2 on there as well. So this is 5. And that's what makes up, we're 10 over our domain size limit. The number of tiles that we can control directly. Okay, and this is a double as well. So this is only 4 here, and then another... Okay, yeah, okay, I see how it works. 4 here, 1 here, and 5 down here around Everstead. Now, we can take a look at our court. We need to distribute these lands to people. We have a lot of people in jail. How about this guy? He's a courtier, not a huge fan of ours. But he will be after we give him a bunch of shit. You know what? I have the perfect solution for this. Does that guy have kids over here? Yes, he does. He has quite a number of little childrens. So, this little child... Sure, I guess we'll go ahead and vassalize him. And, you know what? Maybe that was a bad idea. Because I just realized his kids are going to be vying for power. Our laws here are ruled by might. So we might not want that. But we don't have enough people. I was going to use one guy to control Everstead. And then this one has to be like a religious leader. So these need to be 2 different people. Then we would have one guy for both of these. And sure, just one guy over here. And okay, so that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vassals we need to produce. And our court currently only has really... We got 1, 2... Well, 3, 4... Yeah, okay, so let's get rid of some of this. Rodvar, perfect. He is 16 learning. I think I'm going to go ahead and give him the 1,000 steps, the 7,000 steps here. And that's, since that's a religious territory, there, he now controls that. And so for the rest of Everstead and this whole area, I'm going to go back over to that other guy. What was his name here? Farak. Yes, so Farak, you get Everstead. Okay. Grand Mayor, because the actual city is the capital. You say help our husband's bastard once he gets into a pickle. I think he's in a pickle right now. You see, he's in hiding. And look at his court. Everybody hates him. His steward hates him. Even his mom. His mom is the only one who really does not totally hate him. His own kids are not huge fans. So I think this is fun. We'll vassalize Verkarth again. And we'll put his kids in charge of things. And that should be fine then. However, we need to get rid of some of these territories in the meantime. Let's go ahead and say... Where was that other guy at? This fine sir was... Oh, I already used him. Okay. How about this kid? Who is this? The heir of Volkskiga. Maybe. No, this is the heir to Volkskiga. So these 2 guys have no territories amongst them. So which one is the oldest here? We'll go ahead and expand their family's power a little bit. But not too much, you know? So we'll give him Vault Guard. And then we'll go ahead and give him Balthoft as well. Okay. Now we have these three to get rid of. So this guy owns Falkreath. That's our daughter's husband. I suppose we could give him more lands. We'll just give him all of this. Onsilvund. We'll give him all of Onsilvund here. That should fix that right up. Yeah, the council is happy with this. What's the other one? Bleakwall. Give him Bleakwall. And Falk... What's that called? Falkhammer? Give him Falkhammer too. Why the hell not? Okay, you can see we need one more thing to get rid of here. This Winter Wind. I will go ahead and hang on to that for just a moment. However, there's a big faction coming our way. It seems we might end our life here at age 63 with another civil war on our hands. Let's see if I can... This is the biggest threat here. Let's see if I can bribe this guy. Yeah, that might do the trick. Is he upset that I'm holding too many territories? Let's take a look at that. Yes. Well, no, he's complaining about duchies. What duchies do I have that I can get rid of? We've got High Chiefdom of the Reach. We're keeping that. High Chiefdom of Hofengar. Morvunskar. Well, Karspire we're keeping. What is Morvunskar again? Oh, that's this. Okay, well, we already have a Morvunskar here. Let's see, does this guy like us? No, he does not. He definitely does not like us. However, maybe his son will if we go ahead and give him the title. Can we do that? Yes. And he'll like us a lot once we do that. Okay, I'm fine with that. There we go. Okay, solve that problem. And this should make some of these people a little bit happier as well in the factions. Yeah, so this guy's gonna drop out. How about this guy? Can we bribe him? No, we already bribed him. And this lady is a thorn in our side as well. Guess I'll go ahead and try. And how about you? No, already bribed him. No use in bribing this guy. He's from Riverwood. Yeah, the Riverwood guy hates us because we tried to assassinate him. How about Helgen? Yeah, toss some gold over Helgen's way. And this lady can take it as well. Alright, let's get started here. Slow it down just a little bit. There we go. Okay, dear cousin, he has returned to our realm. Excellent. And yes, our current plot right now is to kill Braic Vasenkarth. Remember, the Vasenkarths are a family formerly from Sunderstone down here. And they were the rulers of Sunderstone way back when, in early days. And they converted, under pressure from the Colovian estates, they converted to the Eight Divines' infidels' faith. And they betrayed their Reachman culture, they betrayed the old gods, and they ended up in the court over here in the Rift, and ended up assuming control of some of these areas. They did pretty good for themselves, I have to give them that, but at the end of the day, they did get squashed by us. The remaining Vasenkarths are now hiding out down here in Nibene. And let's take a look at this, shall we? Where's our intrigue tab? Yeah, we're trying to kill this one. We got 130% plot power. I think that's... Yeah, that's as good as it's going to get right now, but that should be enough. Eventually. Provided he doesn't go into hiding. Now, the current leader of the Vasenkarths... Well, we can just... Yeah, we're after him because it's going to cut off that branch of the family. However, Okay, this is good too. This is the last man, I guess, in the Vasenkarth family. Or if we count the living members, we've got 9 total. Wait, what is this? I should be the first among the wives of Dot. That I am not shames us both. For his sake, if not my own, I should ask. Our husband died a while ago, though, so this is a little bit of a strange event. Do we have a lover? No, this seems to be just a... Yeah, this is like a glitch. We're not gonna woo anybody. We're just gonna accept my station, I guess. 50% chance nothing happens. 50% chance we gain favor. That is fine with me. That was a little bit odd. Okay, so... once we kill this kid, that's going to be just about taking out the Vasenkarth family. And that is our bonus objective in this playthrough, to get back at the traitorous Vasenkarths. We'll get to this in just a second. I do want to show you what's going on with the Vasenkarths. So this is the target of the assassination right here. These 2 are girls, so that should not be a problem. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... That's 6 of the 9 living ones. Let's go ahead over here and see if we can find where the other... This guy's alive. Okay, that's unfortunate. We have to... Oh, these are Vasenkarths as well. So we're going to want to get rid of them. Well, they're daughters. So they will probably marry and destroy their house. Yeah, so... Yeah, that's fine. I don't need to worry about them. So this is the last man in the Vasenkarth line, so if we kill him, we're going to be good. And that's going to be the end of them. Now, this guy says he wants me to hand over Hragan, and we're not going to do that. We're going to use our diplomacy skill to weasel out of it. We're going to say we're happy to grant you this deserved reward, but... Oh, and we see here the factions have disbanded. Or, you know, they're significantly reduced in strength. We'll go ahead and try to bribe this guy and get him to step down from the leadership of that faction as well. And let's continue on here. We can go ahead and dismiss these armies. You can see our threat level is really, really high. With over 50% threat, defensive pact of other religious groups band together if you attack one of them. So, defensive pacts are now universal. If we attack any of these people, all of them will attack us. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. Oh, somebody just left. Orsinium left the defensive pact. That's good news. Okay, so, you can see I think part of the issue here is we spooked people like Kavach when we acquired some land near the Imperial City here. And yes, Juju, absolutely right. The Colovian Estates used to be like a supreme power, pretty much. They controlled huge swaths of Hammerfell. Who is this? Speaking of which... the Colovian Estates now has just declared war on us. Their objective is where exactly? Hold on, let's pause this real quick and see what they're after. Are they... Oh, they just want to make us pay tribute. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Okay, so what we want to do here, it's actually the best possible time for us to raise our troops. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Call in all our allies. And just send everybody down south, I think is what we need to do right now. We'll head them over, head over to Brittleshin Pass. That's probably the best place to be right now. Back these guys off to Iron Point. There's a good chance they're going to come in and hit Falkreath here. These guys, Glenmorill, everybody in the north, go meet up in Glenmorill. And these people over here are going to go ahead and continue on down to Brittleshin. Okay. And now we're starting that clock. Let's go ahead and hire some mercenaries. Because, yes, even though the Colovians are severely weaker than they were... Well, you know, you said that, Juju, but I think you might be mistaken here. Because while we weren't paying attention, they did pick up... Sometime in the last session, they acquired all of this, which used to be part of Nibene. Then it went independent and became the independent Shadenhall, and now it's Colovian again. So even though the Colovians lost most of their Hammerfell territory, and they lost all of their Skyrim territory down here, they have made up for that by acquiring all of this in Cyrodiil. So we do need mercenaries for this. I suspect we're in for a big stack of doom coming our way. So, mercenaries, total strength. Oh my, the Main of Elsewhere has hired these people. So we are going to hire the Great Company. Wow, the Great Company is getting up there. They've now surpassed 3,000 troops. And I don't think that's going to be enough, but we'll have them march on down to Moorgate immediately. We're going to try to cut these guys off at the Pale Pass here. That's our choke point. Because they have... Moorgate has a higher supply limit, aka troop limit, than the Pale Pass does. If an army goes over the supply limit of any given territory, they start to starve to death and die very badly. What happened to these guys? Their morale is very bad. Well, I guess that's because they just spawned. That should be fine. Okay. Actually, something... Hold on. Yes! Okay, this is another thing we have to watch out for. This is going to be a problem. The Colovian Estates famously used to be a confederacy-style government, which operated similarly to a tribal government, right? They did not control their armies directly. They had to call them in as allies. But sometime in the recent past, during the last session, the Colovians converted their government to feudal, which means they are much more centralized and able to command all of their armies directly at once. And that is going to be bad news for us. Hold on, let's go ahead and check out the ledger real quick. I am curious just to see what the ledger has to say about the size of their army. Okay, Kavach has a much bigger army. Aldmeri Dominion... Well, holy shit, I just realized that used to be Alinor, but Alinor has created the Aldmeri Dominion title. So they have greatly expanded. So the Colovian Estates have 10,000 men at their beck and call right now. We have 7,800. Okay, so we do need more mercenaries to make up that difference. We're going to be in big trouble here. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and hire some more mercenaries. Let's see, who can we call in here? The fighters' guilds are kind of expensive. You see that monthly cost? One of these 2,200 groups should do it. Let's go ahead and do Nordic Axemen. They're our usual standby in a situation like this. So Nordic Axemen, you guys are gonna come down. And go to Bannermist there. No, Devin Brad, you misunderstood me. The Colovians used to be tribal, kind of. They were called Confederacy, but they changed their government to feudal. So that's better for them and worse for us, because that means all of their armies will mass together and be commanded properly instead of acting independently. Okay, let's move these guys further down here. Let's get them into Helgen. Now, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to move my Spy Master, who is currently boosting the plot power to kill the Vasenkarth kid. I'm gonna have to move him over to... Well, we do have pretty good line of sight on the Pale Pass and Under Pale here. But you know what? Let's take a look at what's going on over here. So I'm gonna do that. Yes. Recall him and then put him over here on this place. Okay. So that gives us nice vision. We have vision on almost all of the core Colovian territories. Yes, Devin Brad, that's correct. The entirety of the Colovian estates is now fully feudalized. Whereas you see, we do have quite a number of tribal vassals. You know, these guys are taking the long way around. That's fine, there are only 41 people there. And they're marching north during the winter time, so that's going to be a disaster. I'm not sure what they're planning here. But, you know, all of Skyrim here has severe winter, and so trying to move troops around during the winter like this could have deadly consequences for our troops. I want to get them as far south as possible before the winter sets in here. Good, these guys have showing up. And our mercenaries, the Great Company, are coming down here. Let's appoint the rest of their generals, shall we? So... Oh, that's the only one. Interesting. Oh no, we got Crassius as well. Good. Now the Nordic Axemen, their generals. Argnir's up there, we got him. Very good. Yalgar and Igmund. Okay, let's go ahead and save this, shall we? Defending Colovians, we'll just call it that. Okay, so what's happening here? Good, the Great Company is in Moorgate, just about. So this is going to be crucial to our defense. You can already see they've got a pretty decently sized army coming our way. They're trying to rush over here before we can get in place in Moorgate. Luckily, because we acted quickly, that's not going to happen. Now, Rimwatch, you can see Banner Mist has a lower supply limit than Rimwatch. So I'm going to take these guys over here and move them to Rimwatch, I think. And here are most of our vassals. I don't know what they're doing. They're just kind of chilling on Karthwasten. Are they fighting their own stupid little war? Yes, they are. They are having an internal war going on between Ravenhall and Scarhammer. Let's try to settle that. Surrender to Ravenhall. Good. We will lose 200 prestige, but it's necessary to do. And we have prestige to spare, honestly. That doesn't really bother me that much. So yeah, of course he doesn't like us. That's fine. He already hates us anyway. Scarhammer consistently hates us. So that's not a surprise. Oh shit, did he refuse that? I think he might have actually refused that. Because it doesn't look like the war is over. Okay. You know what? Let's have these guys stay on... Combine these armies here. Okay. Have that stack stay on Banner Mist. Part of the reason I'm holding Rimwatch, which is actually into Hammerfell a little bit. Part of the reason I'm holding Rimwatch there is just to get line of sight on these areas in Nimble and this thing down here. Because if we had just Banner Mist, you can't see anything past it. It's totally, there's no line of sight. So holding Rim Watch provides good vision here. That gives us nice vision all the way along this strip of Hammerfell. Okay, so Juju asked, how many hours of play would you say it takes to become competent at Crusader Kings? It depends on your definition of competent, I suppose. I would say, I don't know, 40 hours, 60 hours, probably. You know, you should get the grips of the game. Or, you know, understand most of the systems, even if you sometimes make some mistakes. You'll at least know what you did wrong and how you can correct it in the future. So yeah, you know, some people say, well, it takes hundreds and hundreds of hours to get into these games, and I'm like, you know, I don't think it's really quite that tough. Let's go ahead. What happened to our vision here? Did we lose vision? Yes, we lost vision for some reason on all of this stuff. So that's not great. What I'm gonna do here, because we're gonna be in... Oh, hello, this is happening. Well, that's fine. They're killing themselves walking through here, because they don't have supply limit all the way over here. They're gonna try to come down and around, which is... Oh, they're from here, Grey Winter. So that explains that. Let's try to get vision closer to where we're at. Where's my Chancellor? Our Chancellor is currently trying to colonize Bannermist. Forget about that for now. Come on over here and sow dissent in... Ooh, Underpaw, fine. That still doesn't provide us with too much vision, but it does help a little bit. And we'll move this guy back a little bit in 3 months. No, it's actually like 2 weeks. So just 2 weeks longer and we can move our Spy Master back over there. Let's speed it up a little bit. I'm really kind of worried that we're going to have a huge surprise come in through here. Let's see, I've got another additional... Let's bring these folks up. And then we can have them reinforce in Helgen if need be. Yeah, and combine all of these armies here. Good. So we're combining most of our armies. And now this should be easier to manage. We've also got more people coming supposedly sometime soon. I think this guy just decided not to surrender, even though he's going to lose anyway. Ravenhall is winning the war with 93% war score. So when they're done with this, they should come down and help us. That's going to be a big help with those 2,500 guys just laying around. Okay, so... who do we have here? These are our armies. Okay, good. Reinforcements down here. Let's bring these guys over. And, oh, more showed up in Glenmoril. Good, good, very good. Get everybody down here. You can see down south here, you can see the climate is called normal winter instead of severe winter. Normal winter still drops the supply limit of the territory, but it's usually much more manageable. You're not going to have too much of a problem unless you're dealing with huge, overwhelmingly large numbers. So you can see here the best thing to do when fighting the Colovians is to take a defensive posture around Pale Pass. Oh, hold on. Now our daughter wants news about her children. We should give her... Oh, this kid, her second son wants solitude. No, you're definitely... Fourth son, sorry, that's even worse. Oh shit, her first son just died after disagreement with Emil. That sounds like it was actually an assassination. But that's fine, because he was possessed anyway. And so he wasn't going to be the world's greatest ruler, I don't think. Now, the second son, if we look at him, his stats are... well, not great. What's his wife's stats on... yeah, that's going to be an issue with stewardship. Let's see, maybe we can... how about this girl? This girl is the best. I actually want her as the ruler. So, let's kill this guy off at some point. Can we kill him? No, unfortunately not. Anyway, no, we're not going to do this. We're not going to give the fourth son anything. Yeah, so deny that. Ah, good. Good. So the Chiefess of Ravenhall has usurped the title High Chieftain of Scarhammer, negating one of the biggest thorns in our side. That is very good news. You know, for generations, the assholes in Scarhammer have been rebels against the crown here. And that's just, you know, unacceptable. So we actually, you know, there was a dispute. In the last session, there was a dispute of some sort between Scarhammer and Ravenhall. And we actually said, you know what? Even though Ravenhall was in the wrong on this one, we actually like her way better than we like you. And so we allowed Ravenhall to fabricate a claim on Scarhammer. And now their army is not coming down to help us. They're marching north. For some reason I can't understand. But we're going to go ahead and take our Spy Master and bring him back on over this way. What is going on there? Oh, that's the Kvatch army. Nope, that says Colovian Estates. So what is the deal here? Oh, okay, it's not the actual Colovian Estates. It's the prince of the Colovian Estates. The Count of Coral, the Count of Red Ruby, and the Count of Frostfire. So I overreacted here. I definitely overreacted. We do not need all of these guys that we just called up. This is not an attack from the Colovian Estates. It's an attack from one of their vassals. So anyway, there's an event popping up here. One day, passing by a monastery, you come upon a monk sitting and painting in a field. Lovely. You observe his work and marvel at the composition, the colors and the fine brush strokes that bring the simple canvas to life. This monk is truly an artistic prodigy. Well, my friends, I will buy this painting and exhibit it at my castle. The other option was, yeah, that's great. Now let's eat. I wonder if that had a risk of becoming gluttonous. Alright. Where's this guy located? So he's over here. That's his army right there. They're coming this way. Okay, so let's rearrange ourselves here. The Great Company can go on over to... Now this is going to be an issue, actually. Helgen is the last territory that has a normal winter. Dunmarch over here has a severe winter. So I'm not sure what kind of trouble we're going to get into here when the winter sets in. Coming soon. Yeah, we should try to stagger these. So, this army of 1,400, if I can select them, there we go. I'm going to merge these. Well, hold on. We're just going to head over to Baltheft. And these other guys, the Great Company, can go on over to Everstead. Now, Everstead luckily has a normal winter. If I can get through here, I should be fine. Now, the real trouble is Newgrad here. You can see the current winter is mild, with a supply limit of just under 8,000 men. However, if it sets into severe, it might drop below 3,000 or 4,000. And that's going to be an issue when I'm moving through here. So their army actually came all the way around there and attacked Vault Guard. Let's go ahead and... I'm just going to dismiss the Nordic Axemen. I don't think I'm going to need them for this. Yeah, I took a look at myself and thought about my weaknesses and strength. After many hours of soul searching, I have come to realize that I have nothing to be ashamed of. Let's go with proud. There, we've regained the proud trait. We actually lost the proud trait after the war with the orcs, because that was a serious war. And it took a really, really long time. It was by far our longest war in history. We lost a shit ton of men. It really stretched us to the limit. But we did win in the end. We did kick the orcs out of their ancestral homelands, and basically bought the future protection of the realm on this side. Okay, there we go. Look, winter is setting in here. That's why they picked the worst possible place to attack right here. I'd say, yeah, these guys are going to head on into Balthoft, and we're going to just hang back here until winter is over. Now, Nordic Axemen, you go home. You're wasting our money right now. Yes, dismiss. Thank you. And these guys, because I thought I was being attacked by the entire Colovians, but it was actually just the prince. We're going to take these guys and rearrange them. Send them back. These guys can go to Helgen, and these ones to Brittleshin. And you guys can, I guess, go down to Helgen as well. Oh no, let's do it the other way. These guys, Brittleshin, and the bigger stack there can go to Helgen. So the good news is they're losing 1/3 of their army per month. We're actually going to let Vault Guard go ahead and get occupied here, because that's worth it for us. Good, there we go. Their army just got wiped out. See there? Went from 2,400 to 1,500 in one quick go like that. Now, when, at the end of the month here, it's going to be actually second seed when winter is over. And then we're going to rush in there and just pound them. They're losing even more men. This is very good. A little bit of patience goes a long way. Let's speed things up a little bit more. Okay, they're moving. They're on the move. Where are they headed? They are moving into Nilheim right now, and I guess I'll just go ahead and follow them on in there. And these guys, they're gonna get here. Yes, winter will already be over by the time they get there. So you guys go on in. Probably what's gonna happen is, yes, before I could even say it, it already happened. They got scared and decided to camp there because they knew they couldn't beat my main army here. Alright, let's wait a few days to bring in that secondary force, and that should be fine. We're going to get here all at the same time now, and that's a perfect deployment right there. Let's get some generals on this stack, shall we? Chieftain McCorvon Yund, yeah, we'll go ahead and put him in charge. And these people, Melee and Uthkin, the Sheriff of Markarth. Ah, this is interesting. Gwen Coironyear, the wife of King Menian of the Colovian Estates, has been spending a few days in Markarth. It's been a very nice experience meeting her. Maybe our peoples aren't that different after all. And I could suggest a non-aggression pact with the king of the Colovian Estates. Oh shit, I just realized we got some people down there as well. That's fine, I'm not even going to bother with that. After we come here and squash their army. That should be fine. Let's go ahead and bring this guy on back here. He was going to colonize Bannermist. So the the king writes to us. He says, I'm glad to hear you're well and my wife's visit was a good experience. Unfortunately, in these times, pacts are broken left and right, and to avoid going back on my word in the future, I would rather not give this kind of guarantee. I hope you understand. Yeah, I guess that's a reasonable response, considering we're fighting his son right now, and he's about to lose badly. When are we gonna get here? Let's speed it up a little bit. Now, these guys, should I send somebody down there? I guess I will. I'll go ahead and send these guys down. Probably gonna lose a lot of people due to supply limit issues. But, well, let's just see what happens there. Oh, they got away. What? Okay, that happened. That was bizarre. We'll leave these guys down here to uncap Vault Guard. And we'll head on up this way. Oh, okay, they're going to siege a maw. That's fine. That's a huge mistake on their part. I'm going to have these guys go up there and catch them. And that's going to be the end of it. Okay, good. These guys are coming out to help. That's an additional 1,900 men. Yeah, Wei is getting beat up pretty well here. There we go. Once we hit, what's this place called? Cold Corn, that's where we run into supply issues. Okay, it's only Cold Corn, though, because Wei is close enough to Yellow Tick that it doesn't matter. So that's good news. Now let's go hit these guys in nickel, shall we? So apparently we won. I wasn't even paying attention to that. We did fight them up here, and what happened was we kicked their asses. You see that? We lost 138, they lost 782, and we kidnapped, or, you know, took this guy hostage, one of their generals with 12 martial skill. Not a bad general. And this army was squashed as well. I guess now we're gonna head on over. Let's head up to Cloud Ruler. Yep, there went their army. Since it's a defensive war, yes. Okay, that was over in an instant. Okay, so we gained prestige from that. The only difference would be, you know, if we push them all the way to 100% war score, we would gain 340 gold. But that's not even remotely worth it. So yeah, I'm gonna offer white peace here. We're gonna lose a bunch of guys in Apple Watch there. We do have to keep our armies up until he actually agrees to the terms. Okay, good. Your low... To the old boar, Breka, your low character is the subject of Nord songs. But I accept your offer of peace. I begrudgingly admit that there's no way I could have won that, and it was a huge mistake on my part to attack. Now, if we disband here, no, we're gonna lose most of them. And they're gonna lose, okay, only 30% attrition. So you see, here's the danger of walking around deep in enemy territory. Dear Breka, I would like to invite you to join me for a small gathering of friends, wine and drink, forget about the world outside for a while, reserve a few days for this. This is a trap. She is not my friend. Oh, this is actually the wife of my husband's bastard. No, we can't. We're definitely not doing that. Her open decadence is shameful, and I will tell her so. Yeah, that has additional penalties with no benefit whatsoever. Can we... Yes. Oh, that's super expensive, though. I'm not sure I want to do that. Unfortunately, we'll just go ahead and decline. Oh, she immediately joined a faction. That's what happened. No, it wasn't her. It wasn't her. It was these people. See if I can buy him off. Why does this lady hate me so much? She wants a seat on the council, and she wants control of Pragan. Let's see if we can pacify her there. Seat on the council. Can you be our chancellor? Maybe. This guy would be pissed, but he is not as powerful as she is. We'll go ahead and bribe this guy. And I guess we'll go ahead and appoint her chancellor. No, this guy's actually way better. But the difference is he's already satisfied with us because we have given him a vassal transfer before. Should I just give her control of Pragan? Where is Pragan? Let's take a look at this up here. Pragan is this. Wait, why the hell do I own that? That makes no sense. Somebody must have died, and I accidentally assumed control here. So I'm gonna go ahead and save this. We'll go ahead and say... this is 1. And sure, I'll give her Kragan. Where's she at? Down over here. Grant title. And Kragan. There you go. Oh, she's still not very happy, is she? Oh, there. That helped. And yes, she stepped down from leading that faction. So she got what she wanted, and she's leaving us alone for the time being. Now, we got culture we can use here. Economy. Oh, I mean, we're good on money. I think I'm going to go ahead and do castle infrastructure. That should allow me to upgrade some of these tribal tiles I have. Well, we can do this as well. What does trade practices do for us? No, trade post limit. We don't have any trade posts. We have not really used too much magic, I have to say, in this mod. Because none of our leaders... Okay, in this mod, magic is governed by learning. But none of our leaders have had very high learning skill. So a troubadour and his wife, the Troubadourits, has arrived from High Rock. Their performances range from vulgar Dunmer satires to political Breton Cervantes and everything in between, including Nordic songs and Cyrodiilic poems of courtly love. I love the grammar on this one, though. And we'll go ahead. This option is available because we're temperate. We can sit back, listen to the songs, and learn something. Or we have a chance of becoming charitable, which is actually not what we want because we have pretty low stewardship already. Alright, Gehenna is prospering. People are happy, taxes are up, everything's good. Yeah, you guys can come on home. We actually didn't lose too many people that time. Now let's take a look and see who's going to be our next target here. And what's going on with this guy? Is he still in hiding? Yes, he is. He's way happier now, though. I don't know why, but... oh, he had claims on our title, and when he was a foreign ruler, when he was independent, these claims were a big negative to his opinion of us. But since he's back under our roof, and we're safeguarding him now, we saved him from certain death at the hands of Nimble, he's now much happier with us. So I'm satisfied with that. So our threat level is slowly decaying. It does have to get to 5% before we can start a new war, an offensive war, I should say, with one of the people in the defensive pact. Yeah, so currently all of our neighbors, well, except the Colovians, we could potentially go on ahead and hit Grey Winter. Although, you know, we do need to get Grey Winter at some point. Although I was kind of hoping that might be, you know, we might save that for last. We might go ahead and pick off the Rift and Nilium. These guys in here who are very weak. Shearstone is one as well. You can see at some point Great House Redoran came in here and gobbled up the last of Eastmarch. So we will have to fight Redoran at some point as well. Let's turn our attention back to killing off the Vasankars here. So our plot power went up. I'm gonna move my Spy Master back to... where was that kid at? Phacian was the name of that place. Where is Phacian? I know it's a Nibonese territory. Okay, over here. Good. We'll go ahead and take our spy master, stick him on there. Build spy network. That brings our plot power up to 139. Still, that's the best we can do, but we'll just kick back and let that happen then. Now, the other possibility, you know, we do have, is Kvatch part of the defensive pact? No, they are not. So the Colovians and Kvatch are not involved. All our other neighbors are. Including Wayrest, including Lanelin. We do not want to fight the orcs right now. Oh shit, I just noticed the orcs went ahead and conquered these guys up here. So that was the last independent Breton kingdom. The good news is Camlorn has gone independent, so I maybe spoke too soon there. Although they're not going to last too long if it's just that one county. I guess they have this as well down in Jondal. Oh, that wasn't good. Did you see that? Some lady wants to kidnap our daughter. Yeah, cancel that. Stop that. Or we can imprison her. But we have a 49% chance. That's not too good. She's also backing a certain plot to do something. So we'll stop all of her plots. We'll tell her to stop backing that, and then we'll tell her to end the other one that she's got going on. Please accept my compliments. I accept your demand. I love how it tells us High Lord King, because they don't have the properly gendered text for the mod. That's fine. Now this lady... Yeah, end your other plot. There you go. What's going on over here? Sunderstone just called up their troops. For what purpose? They are being raided by one of the Colovians down here. Where is that? Oh, she won't stop it. She won't stop the plot. She's going to try to kidnap my daughter. So the only thing we can do here, we'll go ahead and try to... Wait. 2 seconds ago, this was not tyrannical. We know for a fact that she's involved in the plot. So this is a known plot against our daughter. Oh, I see. It's actually led by this one. Yeah, let's throw her in jail here. This is the chief of Oostengrav. Good, we got her. That ends that plot. Very good. Anything else threatening our heirs or our family members? Yes. So this guy's trying to kill... Okay, I support that, actually. This is the second son I was saying we don't really want. Now, our daughter... Holy shit, our daughter just got old. So it's going to be really important who's in charge here. We want Petua. Although she just got married. I don't know why the AI does this. It's a regular marriage. We have to kill this guy immediately. Well, I guess we should just go with him. That might be easier. Hey Tyler, what's going on? You say you had your pupils dilated at the doctor. That sounds like... I don't know, might want to take it easy on the computer viewing then. Although, I guess you could always do, like... wear sunglasses while using the computer. There are certain people who seem to do that a lot. Oh, you're just listening? That works too. Okay, our threat level is going down. Anybody else that can get on this plot? Oh my, we have a complainer here on our hands. My prisoner, the one we just arrested from Ustengrav, is complaining about her dark cell in the dungeon. She thinks she deserves more suitable accommodations. Well, you know what we do with those complainers. Suitable? How about the oubliette? You're going to the darkest dungeon, where no one will ever hear from you again. Let's take a look at Ustengrav, shall we? Who's next in line? Oh, that's why. I still have... We did manage to finally get Reachman in charge of Highgate, but it looks like... Yeah, it's back under Nord control. These Nord families, I need to get rid of them, you know, and we have killed dozens of Nords up here. Whether they're little kids or adults, what have you. All ages we tried to assassinate, you know, but as long as there's one remaining, they keep popping back up like a bad virus. Yeah, Tyler, good to hear. Yeah, if you were going blind, that would be really bad. So, yes, good to hear you are not going blind. I approve. I approve of that news. You know what? We're still alive, I just realized. You know, and I feel like that's a silly thing to say, but I can go ahead and declare Warlord War for the Rift right now. Well, shit. Nope, they're part of the defensive pact. That's the issue we're having here. So I feel like I'm probably not going to be able to use that last Warlord ability. Why is my income so low? Oh, that's prestige. Oh my. I was very, very scared right there. Wealth is actually fine. Plus 19 per month. We are by far the richest kingdom in the universe right now. Let's take a look at the economy real quick, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay. Solitude is poor for some reason. Why is Solitude poor? Civil unrest, minus 75% of taxes. How do I... Well... What's going on there? Take the steward off. We'll take the steward off of Solitude. And we'll perform charity with our Magister. And that should get rid of the civil unrest. So, because Solitude is usually our big earner here. But since they're under civil unrest right now, you can see they're operating at 25% capacity. So that means at optimum capacity, or optimum tax income, Solitude would be making about 90 tax income per month. Then, well, that doesn't sound right either. 80, maybe. Yeah. Something like that. So, Markarth is going to be, you know, they give us 38 right now. I'm going to put my steward on there real quick, and that should boost that even more. And Bannermist, surprisingly enough, once we have calmed the situation in Bannermist, Bannermist becomes a big earner for us. Now, of course, the biggest is the Imperial City over here with 49 gold per month. Wayrest used to be, but they just got conquered by orcs, so they're a little bit poor. It's still a new administration, so they get minus 30% to taxes. These guys are not doing... Well, let's start the clock. I don't know why I had it paused. What's my favorite test game? Yes, Morrowind. I've been playing an awful lot of Morrowind lately. And that's because it's a damn good game. I much prefer it to any of the others. My second favorite is a more interesting question, and I actually had to think about that for a little bit. First, I'm going to read this guy's thing. The Chief of Oostin Hall has provided me with proof that the guy from Skyhaven is slandering me. Which one of you likes us better? Yeah, so see, this is a ploy. This lady likes me way better than the other guy does. So I'm going to not believe you. I'm going to keep this information to myself. Well, Morrowind I like mainly because, you know, the storyline is the best storyline in the Elder Scrolls franchise. The world is the most interesting. The art direction, the art style. You know, even the way they've modeled the characters. I like, actually, the angular shape that a lot of the NPCs and everything have. Because, look, there were a lot of games that came out in that time period, and not all of them look as good as Morrowind does, holding up 12 years later. Or 12 years. 12 years! Yeah, Oblivion was almost 12 years ago now. Morrowind is getting up to 15 years, or even more than 15 years at this point. So, unknown cultists have appeared in Sheerpoint. Oh, I was gonna say, I thought that was this thing. Sheer Stone is this. So where's Sheerpoint at? Let's go ahead and search. Find title. Sheerpoint. Okay, that's over here. So what do we have going on? Ooh, man, that's a big rebellion. Let's get our marshal on here. Okay, we got a faction that just popped up. Let's take a look at this. So Ironbind hates me. That's the core issue here. Now this one, Ravenhall, I thought she was in jail. Oh no, she wasn't in jail. I gave her what she wanted, and she's still not happy. Fine, we'll go ahead, we'll drop the 87 gold to bribe her. And we'll go ahead and do honorary title plus 10. Do we have a plus 10 title? No, that's awful. We don't want to give her regency.
Conscript reporting.
Law speaker. Stranger X2, welcome to the stream. Thanks for following. We could just kill her. That's a possibility. And since she's the leader of a plot, no one will object except for the council. And the council is opposed to this. Why? Doesn't really say. Hey Furry Yapper, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good. We're just kind of chugging along here. It looks like we might have a civil war on our hands in a minute. That would be most unfortunate. Okay, cultists in Windhelm. So we just had cultists in Sheerpoint here, and now they're in Windhelm. Luckily... Oh god, yeah, we refreshed that, and we're definitely going to have a rebellion here. So we're having a lot of cultists popping up. We got cultists in Bannermist, we got cultists in Sheerpoint. What's the deal with all these cults? Let's see, what's the worst revolt risk here? It's actually in Windhelm. When can I move these guys? Not anytime soon. It's gonna be like 5 months until I can move her. Oh man, we still got people joining the defensive pact. So this needs to decay. That's the core issue here. But we've also got problems. We don't have enough. You know, my marshal is occupied. And even with the marshal on there, Sheerpoint is still in revolt. I'm trying to get this civil unrest off of Solitude. That's what my magistrate should be doing here. So this is as good as we can do right now, unfortunately. He's trying to bait me on into... Yeah, no. I think that's a murder attempt. I'm not doing it. Well, who's my regent? Hold on. Let's see. Do we have an appointed regent here? Designated regent should be my daughter. Okay. And sure, let's come on in. I'll go over there and say hi. Okay, good, good. We successfully suppressed rebellious sentiments and unrest in Sheerpoint. That was a job well done. Now we'll immediately move on to... Good, that one got better as well. Something up there, there was unrest going on. Riverwood has unrest, but not as bad. These are emergencies. So due to Windhelm being far away, I'm gonna send her to Windhelm first. And she still can't go until, you know, a couple more months from now. Orc raiders have hit Verkarth. They don't have enough to actually attack the city. They've got 1,500 defenders on there, which is really impressive, actually. Oh, this is interesting. These guys went independent. Are they part of the defensive pact? Yes, they are, unfortunately. I was gonna say I might take the opportunity to make good on this civil war here. Nimble has just fallen apart. Nimble, a second ago, controlled all of this. They lost territory to Dragonstar, and Lonkar up here went totally independent. Changing of the guard and Morvunskar. Let's send him a welcoming gift. Plot uncovered. What plot is going on here? Seeks to fabricate a claim on Hofengar. He's a Reachman. Well, we'll tell him to stop. We could imprison him. Well, he's 77. We'll just tell him to stop and then wait for him to die. So our friend Drosna, the Immortal, is always hard at work researching. Bubbling cauldrons, colorful exotic herbs, sharpened glistening tools, and all manner of other interesting things fill her study. It is rather intriguing. Perhaps you could learn something if you were to join her for a while. And yes, let's join her in the lab for a few days. Solitude is prospering. Awesome. So does that mean the civil unrest there stopped? Yes. Civil unrest has ended in Solitude. She wants me... Who is this, by the way? Dawnstar. Dawnstar wants Karspire. That's my ancestral land right there. We started the game in Karspire. No. And we're going to say we're going to weasel out of it with our high diplomacy skill. I would be happy to, but... Okay, good. It's now... Uh-oh. What happened here? We got an infection. So we barely made it into Drosna's lab before you stumble and tip over an entire table of surgeon's tools. Some of the sharpened blades tear you into your skin and cause you to bleed. Drosna hurries to patch you up, but the wound won't stop bleeding. Perhaps the blade was covered in something foul. That's not what I planned. Yeah, this guy will stop his plot. Now our marshal can go on over to Windhelm. Okay, you've arrived at the private rooms. There's plenty of food and drink, and yeah, we're having a little party here, carousing. Now, Tyler said this game's systems would be perfect for a Game of Thrones mod. They definitely have that. They definitely have that. And of course, probably somebody over the course of this stream is going to come in here and say, "Do you play Game of Thrones mod?" And I'm going to say, nope. Because I have no interest in that. I don't really like Game of Thrones, and so I don't have any plans to play the mod anytime soon. Okay, so Moigan has brought out the board in pieces and suggests that you play a few rounds to determine who is the better strategist. You will play for honor and glory. You played for hours, the tides of fortune ebbing and flowing as you tried to attack your opponent's positions without opening your defense too much. Eventually, however, you made a fatal mistake that your opponents exploited, and you lost the game. Damn. Oh my, oh my. See, So he says, I love the Xeric voice, ha ha! Now, see, you people, I don't understand how people don't understand this. This is a cliche nerd voice. Go ahead and Google Steve Urkel. Go ahead and Google Steve Urkel. Now, it's funny, when I do it, people call it the Xeric voice. When Xeric does it, people call it the Boogie voice, because of Boogie's Francis character. And when Boogie does it, I guess they just call it the Francis voice, because he's the biggest YouTuber who deploys that cliche, I suppose. That's one of his hallmarks. But definitely, God, where have you guys been? You've never heard other people use that tone of voice before? So I should be among... Okay, yeah, this is stupid. I don't know why this keeps popping up. I'm a widower. My husband is dead. I have no lovers. This is a glitch here. So let's go ahead and save, because it's been a while, hasn't it, since we saved the game. We'll just go ahead and call this... Yeah, just save it as that. Okay, so... What's our threat level at? 27%? Let's check the defensive pact right now. Defensive pact is still going strong. The orcs dropped out, though, so that's a plus. Why is this lady in jail? I guess I put her there. So, High Chiefess Morgan was introduced by a mutual friend and we talked for a while. We had our differences and a few arguments, and then we found common, safe ground and I began enjoying myself. She seems like a decent person. I wouldn't mind talking to her some more. I don't like her opinions, nor do I like her. A nice woman, but I wouldn't want her as my friend. Oh god, this makes her rivals. Yeah, we do not want to be rivals. Yeah, let's become friends with this lady. That should help stave off certain factions that have been causing us trouble. But then Drosna will ignore Morgan. And... okay, that's fine. This thing's being raided here. Oh no, it's actually the attackers who are losing morale. But eventually there will come a time when, yeah, they start eating away at that. That's fine. This is going to be a consistent issue. This is why I said I wasn't sure if I really wanted to hold on to that. I was thinking about just giving it to somebody, like giving it to Kvatch. But I guess, you know, chat decided we were going to hold on to it, and so we shall. And if it gets raided every now and then, it doesn't really make much of a difference. So I guess we become... oh, we're parting again with her? We were parting with her like 10 minutes ago. Okay, we got raiders here. Can we mass some troops to respond to that? 238 here. 274 there. Oh, she's clearly going overboard with her drinking. Despised drunkard. Oh, that's fine. That's a -5. She's our friend. Is Drosna still our friend? Yes. So we're friends with both of them. Very good. Let's go ahead and call up some troops here, shall we? Riverwood, you can give us... wow, thank you, Riverwood. 28 troops. I'm not even gonna bother. I guess we can. Bring those guys up over there. Let's see. Westmarch, Soongard, Ravenhall. Yeah, time to get back to real life. That's ironic, isn't it? Considering we're all sitting here doing this. Nonsense, you're never too old to be partying. I'm only 69. And my daughter's 52. I can't believe this. My daughter is going to take control, and she's going to be in charge for like a week and then die. Whoa, hello. We have a hell of a raiding party coming in here. So yeah, we're going to just go ahead and disband these armies. Because 1,600, almost 1,700 men is not worthwhile. It's not worthwhile to gather all those forces just to respond to raiders. This kid, you know, what's going on here? I thought we were killing this kid. It's taking forever. Is he in hiding? No, he is not in hiding. What's going on here? And in Orsinium. Oh my, this entire territory is all occupied by Burzab, of Burzab's host. Well, Burzab, let's give him some money. Shit, where's Burzab at? So, Way got raided, and they walked away with 2.3 gold. And Moorgate... Okay, so the raid on Moorgate was finished as well. These 1,600 guys looted 3.3 gold from Moorgate, which is nothing. Where's Burzab? Yes, Burzab. Hello, my friend. Here, have some gold. Actually, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and throw him even more gold. Have a bonus gold. Is he winning? Slightly. You know, he's winning with 36% war score. Is this where his army's at right now? Down there in Taneth, yes. If he can capture all of this shit, that would be awesome. You know, get Orsinium out of the Hunding Bay and out of Taneth. And there's a rebellion going on here as well. What's the state of the rebellion? So, the rebellion is in the process of being put down right now, unfortunately. Wait, where's the king? Okay, here's the king of the orcs. Okay, Kavach is actually raiding a vassal. So the poor have been fed and your pious standing has improved. Mara bless us. So Solitude is stabilized now. If we take a look at the economy, yes, they are now raking in 50 gold. Now we're going to move our steward back and put him back onto Solitude, and we can make even more money that way. They are now 52 gold. Recall the Magister. Is Solitude already old gods? Yes, it is. Let's take a look at economy here. What's one rich city where... Oh, yeah, we do want to convert Bannermist, because Bannermist has had a lot of religious unrest. So, hold on, you. We'll take this person over here. Religion. Yeah, Bannermist is still 8 divines. So, Magister can go on over to Bannermist and proselytize. No. We're not parting again. She is a drunk. Holy shit. That lady up there in Highgate just wants to... Okay, we have a problem here. Our cousin is trying to kill Petua, and Petua is the girl that we actually wanted to be leader. So end this plot at once. At once. And you there, you're involved in this? Okay, Verkarth is getting pillaged again. Your demand is just... It's a fine day with you around. I can't believe they put that in here. Yeah, Verkarth we don't care about. You know, any outlying territories like this that get raided, it's not a huge issue. The only raid that we really need to respond to is, you know, a lot of the time by sea, some people will come on over from like all the way over here on Quay, and raid Solitude by sea, and that's a concern, because when a place gets raided, their tax income takes a huge penalty. That lasts for like 5 or 6 years. More cultists in Iron Point. Yay! So the cultists are spreading over here. We do want to suppress rebellion in Windhelm first because it's the furthest away from our core territories. What happened to our domain size? Why did that go down? We lost a bunch of stewardship. What's happening here? Oh, we're infected. Shit, I forgot about that. Apparently, the doctor was not called automatically, so I'm going to call her now and seek treatment for my illness. Okay, we can do Spell of Cure Disease. Because she has very high learning skill, I'm going to go ahead and go with that one. So, Drosna stood a meter or so away from you. Okay, she unleashed the healing spell. Smile, are you feeling any better? You say, yes, you did. It appears the Cure Disease spell worked perfectly, and I am cured of my disease. So, this should go away soon. Oh, we're paused. Okay, because of this thing. Her non-inheriting children again. This kid we don't care about. No. And he wants Carspire. No. Well, our infection is not going away. But it says we were cured. Interesting. So that's bad news. We're probably gonna die eventually. Well, we're already 70 years old, so it's not gonna make a huge difference. At this point, I would not be averse to this character dying, because our daughter is already super old. What's this guy's stats? Oh, his stats are pretty good too. So actually, this guy is the one with the worst stats. Can we imprison him? Oh, better yet, grant... Oh, you know what? I'll just wait until the daughter takes over, and then I'll tell him to go become a priest. So the old gods are constantly pestering me about religion, Azura, and money to the church, blah blah blah. No matter what I do, promise to pray more or read the Holy Scripture more thoroughly, they won't leave me alone. By Azura, help me and I'll be better to the old gods. Or we can ask Drosna what to do about this. Yeah, let's go ahead and ask Drosna. Okay, so this is almost finished. What's the current status on the defensive pact? Did anybody leave? Yes! Oh, this is Rift Revolt. Interesting. That's what's going on there. What does the Revolt want? That's a Red Guard, apparently, leading the Revolt. Well, he's a Nord, but his mommy was a Red Guard. Or his grandfather. Nope, just Black Nords. Okay, that's the thing in this mod. Okay, all the old god priests care about is money. Give them some alms whenever they come visiting, and they will leave you alone for weeks, if not months, for fear of being sinful. No priest wants to admit the sin of being greedy. Drosna advised me soundly, and I agreed to try it. But no, that's terrible. How long is that going to last? 3 years. National tax modifier minus 10%. That was bad advice. That's going to drop us down to... Watch this. Well, 18. You know, not a huge deal. So what's his grievance here? He's actually just trying to take over. Oust Queen Gianna from power. Well, Queen Gianna is 80 years old. She's going to keel over any second anyway. So, I think a rebellion here might be wasted effort on his part. Kvatch is under attack. The Colovians, what's going on here? I did want to look at that. They've got wars against... Oh, elsewhere. The second Elsewerian conquest of Bravil. So, that's happening. The Khajiit down here are trying to conquer Bravil, which is right here. And... well, what does that have to do with the Colovians? Well, I guess the Nebanese have this part, but the Colovians actually control Bravil itself. So that's happening. Then this one is defending against Garnok's host and Garnok's conquest of Rumare. That's around here. So where's Garnok at? Yeah, that's a filthy orc. This orc is going... well, Rumare, if we look at de jure duchies, yes, Rumare is this thing. So he's actually going for all of this that is controlled by the Colovian estates. That is the... I can't tell if that would be good or bad news for us, because it would weaken the Colovians a little bit, but it also means more orcs. And I think we have enough orcs already over here. Because remember, Volneme is also controlled by orcs. So Orsinium controls almost all of High Rock, except for the parts that we control. And, oh good, okay, that's fine. High Chieftain of Ansovund, that is fine. Is he happy with us? Yes, he is happy. So we don't even need to bribe him. So they control the chain down here, these island chains. They control the Hunding Bay, this entire area with Lagos, Shady Sands, Bloodhorn. They control Taneth, which is very bad too. A lot of the major cities of Hammerfell actually controlled by the orcs. The exception being Sentinel. We can see Sentinel and the surrounding area all controlled by Kvatch at this point. So Kvatch, as I said last time, you know, Kvatch at this point, the enemy of the enemy is my friend. So Kvatch is an enemy of the orcs, they're an enemy of the Colovian estates, and they've mostly left us alone up until now. So no real complaints there. Now, what I just noticed here, holy shit, Skingrad got wiped off the map. Skingrad is no more. This seems to be the last holdout here. This is technically part of Skingrad. But they only really control... yes, it exists in name only, basically. That's interesting. County of Skinia. Okay, this thing. These two places here, Drake Low and Sinia, are what's left of Skingrad, as well as this. Which means, are they part of the defensive pact against us? Yes, they are, unfortunately. So basically, we have no targets of opportunity right now. The Colovians... you know what, fuck it. Should I go to war with the Colovians right now? We're 71 years old. I still have my Warlord ability. Let's go for it. Unfortunately, you know, Falkreath went independent. Well, they're called Falkreath. This is Falkreath here. But these people still lay claim to Falkreath, and that's why their country is named Falkreath. Good luck to them getting this back. That's never ever going to happen in a million years. So let's take a look at what we can do with the Colovians here. They move their capital down here. Interesting. Declare war for Sancre Tor. Yeah, see, that's what I don't like here. Yes, Falkreath has gobbled up a tiny bit of Sancre Tor there. Can we get Bruma? Rumare! That actually might be more useful. I don't know. What would you guys go for? We can... Sancre Tor or Rumare here. Sancre Tor would give us, like, basically a beachhead in Cyrodiil here on the side of the Pale Pass. Going for Rumare would put us at odds with the orc who's fighting right now, but we would also have the opportunity to gobble up the rest of the lake area here. And that would set us up for being able to move into the Imperial City at some point if we were going to double-cross Kvatch Yeah, Sancre Tor to get the Amulet of Kings. Someone's played too much Oblivion. So, favorite province in Elder Scrolls? Probably Cyrodiil. Because that's where the Imperial City is. That's where we have the most lore, actually, in terms of, I really like the Empire. The Second Empire and the Third Empire. I'm actually big fans of the Empire. So Cyrodiil as a province, being the center of the Empire, and having this very interesting divide between the Colovian culture and the Nebonese, and then of course in the Imperial City itself, the Imperial City has its own whole thing going on. Wait, what the hell is going on up here? Okay, apparently all of Bruma in this whole area up here is majority Nords. Are they ruled by Nords? Is that what that... Okay, let's take a look at this. No, Colovian is in control of Bruma. This is a Colovian. And Coral, I'm pretty sure, is also Colovian, yes. But it means the peasants here are Nords. Which, I know in the lore they do say that there's a higher number of Nords who live in Bruma, but I did not ever really interpret that as meaning a majority of the people, so that's a little bit silly, I think. But, that's interesting. See all these Nords up here. We are, of course, playing as the Reachmen. That's why our capital is here in Markarth, and why this stream is called Skyrim Belongs to the Old Gods. So yeah, I'm gonna say fuck it. Let's go attack. Let's go for Sancre Tor, shall we? This might backfire. If our ruler dies in the middle of the war, it will be nullified, essentially. Yeah, fuck it. Let's go for it. They're not in the defensive pact, right? Yes, good. Good, good, good. And this is going to be a tough one. Everybody agrees we should do it, though. So why not? Oh, it's the middle of winter. I picked kind of a bad time to do it. But, let's go. Why the hell not? I don't know. I think this might be a bad idea. Might be a bad idea. If we're lucky, we could also, since this is a warlord war, using our warlord ability, we might be able to occupy some stuff out here and build kind of a connection between, yeah, we want to get Glade Mist and Nickel and Allswell, or both of these maybe even, and that could connect this thing down here to the rest of our territory. Sure, let's call up the troops. Everybody in. Might accept. You gotta be shitting me. Might accept. Where are mercenaries at? Great Company. We're definitely hiring the Great Company. And the Nordic Axemen. We'll go ahead and use those. Okay, so Drosna was wounded again in Banner Mist. That's like the third time that has happened. I am very much hoping she can manage to escape and get out of there. We'll have her go home and rest, basically. Ooh, that is not good. And she's stressed. So go figure. She's immortal otherwise, unless some filthy peasant kills her. That would be terrible. Yeah, send these guys down to Moorgate, please. Gonna appoint the generals now. Oh shit, big mistake here, big mistake. Yeah, we're gonna just reload this here because I had just saved when I started the war. That's why it's always a mistake to declare war during the winter time, because even in Markarth, my armies just immediately died to supply limit issues. So I'm actually gonna wait until like first seed or second seed before we get going on that. You can see as the game goes on, it takes longer and longer to load the damn game. Now, if you were here last time, you might notice that at the very end of the stream, we had Carception was a thing we had going on. Now, Carception refers to the fact that, okay, this is my heir right here. And she married this guy. And had all these kids. And all of these kids had the name Karth. Uthkane Karth, Strasnot Karth, and everything seemed okay in the world, right? Unfortunately not. What ended up happening, and we didn't notice, was that this was a different Karth. This was a different Karth family. And there were false Karths going around. And all of these kids were named Karth, but they were not my family members. So we thought it might be game over here for a while. I considered, off stream I figured this out, how to get around that. I considered inviting this guy back, who was our husband's bastard, and, you know, inviting him back to the realm and making him the heir. Unfortunately, to get to that point, I still would have had to kill off 8 people, because that false Karth family was so huge at that point. And, you know, I figured that was like uber cheating anyway, so just for the purposes of roleplay, I went ahead and I thought, where did these guys come from? A second family called Karth. And I went ahead and I looked over here. This is the patriarch of the second Karth family, and it was this guy. This guy here was the first member of that false Karth family, and I realized he had no parents or anything. And I'm like, well, that's a mystery. And how did he get this thing in the first place? A guy with no parents named Karth was granted the Falkreath, a pretty major city, by Pika, who was the previous queen, and our sister. Yeah, ignore this. And I'm sitting here thinking, why would the princess, the heir at that time when she did this, why would the heir of the whole kingdom give an important city like Falkreath to some other guy named Karth, who is an obscure parentage and not really considered part of our bloodline, even though he calls himself Karth? And so then, to figure that out, I looked at his age here, and I see he was born on 3582. That would put him at the same age as this princess here. One of our aunt, the exact same age, born in the same year, 3 months older than that guy. And this was our grandmother here, of course. But I thought, you know, there must be something going on here. And so I went actually into the save file and I said, look, we're just going to merge these Karth families. And in my head canon here, this guy, Colvin Karth of Farkarth, the false Karth, we went ahead and merged his whole family into ours because we said he was actually the bastard son of King Rondok with Drosna, the immortal, we think maybe vampire, maybe Hagraven, not entirely sure. We lean towards Hagraven though, because, you know, obviously the old god worshippers, the Reachmen, are more friendly towards Hagravens than vampires. So, what ended up happening, and if we look in my save files, that actually works pretty well. You know, because if we see what was happening there at the time, go down and look at 3582. 3582 was, you can see, directly between, right after the end of the Dunstad War, was when he may have been conceived. In some celebratory event, this would actually put the timing perfectly. If he was born 9 months after that, you know, he would have been born or conceived during the time after the Dunstad War was completed. And shortly after his birth, you know, this civil war that started here in 3584 may have in fact started because of rumors in the court that the king was having an affair with the mysterious Drosna here, and that they may have in fact conceived a son of their own. And so even though this was like a, you know, what do you call it, a goof of the AI and a goof of the Crusader King systems, where they created a second family named Karth, and my daughter granted him a county in Falkreath for some reason, if you actually piece it together, I think it works. You know, that whole theory, the pieces fit together relatively convincingly. And so, yeah, just to get around the carception and all the troubles that that would cause, I just went ahead and went to the game files and merged them into my family. And I said that his parents, remember he had no parents listed here originally, but I just went ahead and I said they were Rondok the Holy and Drosna. So that solves that mystery there. Okay, speaking of mysteries, a woman accused of witchcraft in Whiterun has been dragged before the court. Several witnesses have seen her performing dark rituals in her secluded hut, possibly related to recent crop failures. Now, she claims innocence, and it falls on you to determine her fate. We can burn her at the stake. That would stop unrest in Whiterun. What's the current status of Whiterun? Not huge. We can throw her into the dungeon, or we can say nonsense, release the poor one at once. Now, could we use the cultural technology points? Not really, because legalism was what we were concerned with, and we wanted to get to 3 legalism so that we could convert to late feudal administration, and we've already got that. So we've already got multiple rebellions popping up here, a lot of people very unhappy in various places. I'm gonna go ahead and throw her in jail here. We're not gonna burn her, but we will jail her. And what we're gonna do now, we're gonna finagle this. Who was that? We just put her in jail here? Hold on. Let me look at the intrigue tab and we can sort prisoners by time that they've been there. 0 years, so it was this lady, I think. Yeah, she's a Reachman, lowborn Reachman. She does not like us because she's in jail. And 0 years, yeah, the rest of them have all been in here for many, many years. So I'm gonna go ahead and release her now. And she can join our court. Well, first I'm gonna bribe her so she can be happier with us. And then I'm going to release her. Okay, so we get a free courtier out of that. And I'm hoping that she likes us now. Is that about right? Yes, she likes us now. Very good. So we pacified the angry peasants, and we've gained ourselves somewhat of a friend here. And so next time we acquire territory, I might just give the land to her. Let's get her married. Who can you marry? Somebody with good stewardship. Let's do that. Let's make that the priority. This guy has great stats. Holy shit. He has a title on Corvine. Well, he won't accept matrilineal marriage. Oh, because she's lowborn. So I have to get her a title before I can marry her off. That's basically what they're saying here. Yeah, I'm gonna hang on to her until then. Okay, let's speed it up a little bit. Okay, now, we're at the point now where I can go ahead and declare war. So we're gonna save this here. Sancre Tor War, go. That's what we're gonna call that because, yes. Now, we're gonna go down here. Declare war on this asshole. For Sancre Tor. The council is unanimous. Great idea. However, it's gonna be a tough one. We're gonna have to call up all our forces. Everybody in. Everybody. Now, mercenaries. We do want to hire some mercenaries. Kavach has already hired those. Gideon. The Colovian Estates have hired the Black Boots. That's an additional 2,300 men for them. We're going to respond by hiring the Great Company. Let's sort by total strength here. Okay, here's the Great Company. And should we just go with... I guess we'll go with the Nordic Axemen. Oh, god damn it, I overdid that again. I can't believe... Oh, it's still winter, that's why. I have to wait like 5 more days. Oh my. Until 2nd Seed or May. Basically, you have to wait till May for winter to be over in Skyrim. Which is kind of crazy. Alright, let's try this again. Jesus, yeah, this takes forever. That's hilarious. There we go. Okay, we're gonna wait. Okay, we're finally done with the infection. Awesome. And there we go. Now is the time. I'm actually gonna save this. I'm gonna save over this and save it there. Yep. Now, we are very old. We're 71 years old. I'm not sure how long we're going to be able to hold out here. We got to finish this war quickly. Alright, everybody. Let's get into gear here. Mercenaries. Yep. Yeah, the Black Boots are hired by the Colovians. We're going to hire the Great Company and the Nordic Axemen. Alright, and let's move all these guys down. Shall we? Everybody over here, you all come down to Helgen. Everybody up here. You guys, Glenmorill. And you people over here, Glenmorill. However long it takes you, you'll get there eventually. And our core people here in Markarth and Karspire. Moorgate. Everybody just run down there to Moorgate. Okay, new person in charge of Rimwatch. I'll go ahead and send them a welcoming gift. Show bravery in battle. No thanks, we're just gonna chill here. Forbidden from leading armies? That sounds about right. We don't want a 71-year-old lady out there commanding the troops. Now this seems like good timing because it seems like their war is not going great. Well, they are winning, but they're occupied at the moment. And we already have 1,000, like 1,200 men out here. Let's see if they can get in here and hit this. I think they're going to be in some trouble, unfortunately. Let's speed things up a little bit here. Let's take our spy master and build spy network out here. Yeah, I'm not sure where their army is because they're not over here. We are going to need some people on Banner Mist. I suspect that we're going to have issues there. Are these guys coming? Yep. Okay, good. They're moving south. Okay, we're moving into Cyrodiil, everybody. This is really our first adventure into Cyrodiil. This thing here, we got this not through direct warfare in Cyrodiil, but we got it as a consequence of defeating these idiots over here. And we just kind of picked this up for some reason. This is actually our first war in Cyrodiil. So that is significant. We're moving south through the Pale Pass. The Reachmen are on the move. You know, I hear all this stuff in Cyrodiil. They've got these big Imperial forts and a lot of heavily armed troops. But we have the old gods. Okay, our errant subject, Maring Whoreblood, awesome name, has converted to the old gods' faith. Praise Pyridi. Indeed. Good. Good. Very good. And there's the first little skirmish. We've handily whooped them. And we're occupying Ash already. I think our daughter may be getting slightly ahead of themselves here, unfortunately. Because if we look at the ledger, what's the capacity of the Colovian Estates? What's the number of forces that they can actually call forth here? Yes, 11,000 men. Although right now we do have 10,000. Once we gather all our people together, it's 11,500 versus 10,300. Tyler asks, what's the difference between Reachmen and regular Nords? Well, for starters, I'm going to slow things down a little bit here because I want to see where all these guys are going. Let's take, the Great Company will head down there. The Nordic Axemen are actually going to go camp on Banner Mist. I'm going to point their generals here. But the Reachmen are actually more related to the Bretons than the Nords. And I'll show you what I'm talking about in just a second here. Okay, here's the deal. Culture map. Here's the Reachmen, you know, in this core area. You can see it straddles the area between Western Skyrim in Markarth and this shit over here in High Rock. You know, between all these mountains and these valleys. The Reachmen are mostly Breton in their, I guess you could say, genetics. Like, genetically, they're mostly Breton. With a mix of some other people, like Needs, who came up from here and over through here. And the Reachman culture developed very early on, in actually the first era of Tamriel. So this was before the Nords were even here. You know, the Nords are descended from the Atmorans. These people who came from Atmora up here and headed down south to get away from the frozen horde up there. Now, the Bretons themselves, these people were slaves of the Dureni elves. The Dureni clan of the Altmer. The Altmer being these guys down here, the High Elves. So way back when, the Dureni clan controlled all of High Rock, and the Bretons were the slaves of the Dureni. The Bretons are actually, you know, they do have some elvish genetics themselves. That's why Bretons are the most predisposed to magic out of all of the human races. And the Reachmen are like the, I guess you could say, pure human Bretons. And they were mostly escaped slaves or just people who weren't captured. You know, people who would gather together and congregate in this valley between all these mountains where, remember, the Aliads had their empire down here, the so-called Wild Elves and the Dureni were up here. You know, the world at this period in time was very much dominated by the elves, and most humans were just slaves. So the Reachmen were just hanging out here, and that's why the Old Gods' faith is kind of a mishmash of different... I love how the guy who asked me that question just left. But anyway, the Old Gods' faith is kind of a mixture of different Aedra and Daedra. So we worship Azura, we worship Pyrite, Hircine, Nymera, but we also worship Dibella and Stendar, or I guess we could say Shezar. And so that's, yeah, it's an eclectic mix of beliefs, but because people would come from all over, mostly, you know, people from High Rock, essentially. That's why we straddle, the Reachman culture straddles between High Rock and the western part of Skyrim here. So not really at all related to Nords, like completely different. Alright, let's keep going. Okay, you are here. Yeah, here's the thing. Twitch, when they show you, like, who leaves and who joins, there's a little bit of lag time. Like, the leaving and joining messages are, like, 1 minute apart, you know, from reality. So it's not super reliable. Now, we have terrible vision up here. Okay, good. These guys are coming up north to come join the main army. I think that's a good decision. A very good decision from them to abandon that siege on Ash. Okay, the Nordic Axemen, did we give them their generals? Yes. Of course, people are already pissed about having their armies up. Yeah, see, this is why. Okay, now, Tyler, this is hilarious, right? I just got a message saying that you joined the room right now. Okay, so the reason I have not usurped the title of Falkreath from these guys, even though I conquered Falkreath like 200, 300 years ago, it's because look how many duchy titles I can already create. Gehenna, Dunkarn, Faron, Volkskiga, Greymarch, Volkgard, Bleakwind, the Pale, Corvanjund. And we don't want too many dukes or too many high chiefs flying around here. That's why we got many smaller vassals, as you can see. Although we did give this guy Morven's Scar, which I'm kind of regretting already at this point. Because he does not like us. He's angry that we're not on the council. Or that he's not on the council, I should say. Okay, so they're just camping Pale Pass. I say let's go ahead and join them. Although, you know, winter is coming. That's going to be a concern. let's try this. Let's just go on in, because we are fighting an offensive war this time. My usual strategy of camping down here in Bannermist and Moorgate probably isn't going to work. This is going to be our main column of the Reachman army. Or I guess we're the Skyrim army these days. And we're going to go ahead and have a second column here. And the Great Company is going to go on in there. These guys, these 948, I'll combine them as well. What's my plan for this game, Gravity Cat? Okay, here's their army. That's a big column. So that's something to keep in mind. Well, things keep popping up. Let's see what this says. A party of soldiers flying the banner of Cambrian recently set up camp in the middle of a field belonging to a farmer in Markarth. The farmer says it ruined his whole crop. There was a fire, and his whole crop has been reduced to ashes. So he brought the matter before our court and demands compensation. Well, if we make him pay, he's going to be pissed at us. He already doesn't like us very much. We can make them all happy. Everybody will be happy if I pay the farmer out of my own coffers. So we're just going to take the 50 gold and settle the matter like that. Ruling from your court has increased your sense of justice. Your judgments have a profound effect on the lives of your subjects, and you have decided to be more fair. So we regain just. We lost just at some point. You know, all of these traits like proud and just and zealous, we lost all of those. What the hell is going on here? Anyway, we lost all of those after the war with the orcs, because I guess our character just got disillusioned, because that war, even though we won, it was super long, 9 years, and we lost almost all of our troops. We spent 3,000 gold, something like that, which is an incredible amount of money. The only reason I have 8,000 right now is because I'm pretty much super overpowered in terms of my economy at this point in the game. In reality, in a typical game of Crusader Kings, I mean, unless you're woefully overpowered, I don't think you're ever really going to get more than 2,000 gold at any particular time, even after you've been saving up for a while. So the idea of spending 3,000 or like 3,500 gold during the course of a war was a lot. And, you know, we were fighting all over here. We actually lost a few battles, you know, especially down here in Hammerfell when we were fighting in what was then Orc territory in Hammerfell. Our armies apparently were not accustomed to that, so we lost a lot of fighting down there. We even lost battles up here in the mountains, because remember, this is the ancestral territory of the orcs up here in the Hrothgarian mountains, and we were trying to shove them out of there. And of course they were fighting very, very fiercely there, and they have the problem with the orcs in any context is that they have mostly heavily armored infantry. Whereas you can see Reachman forces, well, this is a bad example. This is actually the Nordic Axemen, the mercenary army. The Reachman forces are predominantly light infantry, skirmisher types. You know, we're basically, you know the Forsworn from Skyrim, right? So you run in, you've got like a deer head on, you're wearing some kind of ridiculous outfit, maybe some kind of cape made out of bear skin or wolf skin or something, and you've got no shirt, of course, because why would a Reachman fight with a shirt on? And so those light infantry skirmisher oriented armies that we have were not well equipped to go toe-to-toe with the orcs. Okay, so this is another kid we don't care about, and he wants Gehenna. No, we're not giving out land to anybody who asks. Mark, you're asking if I'm High Queen of Skyrim. Yes, the High Queen of Skyrim is a Reachman who is ruling out of Markarth, as you can see. But, yes, our grandfather, the previous ruler, Rondok the Holy, was actually the one who conquered Winterhold, conquered Windhelm, went all the way down and tore through here, all the way down to Mistwatch, and after acquiring this big chunk of territory, that was enough to crown himself High King of Skyrim. Prior to this, we were known as King of the Reach. You can see here the Kingdom of the Reach. is a titular kingdom. How lore accurate? I would say much more so than any of the actual Elder Scrolls games. Which is funny to say, but it's because, you know, every Elder Scrolls game introduces some new stuff that contradicts previous lore. And this, however, was built entirely on, you know, the lore books that we know from the games was used as the base for this. So this was built from the ground up to be as lore accurate as possible. You see, we have all the right religions. We've got the Alakir religion, 8 divines, cult of Malakath, the orcs worship the cult of Malakath. We have the old gods in here, of course, and Hagraven cultists earlier in the game weren't included, but Hagraven cultists are what I consider properly considered a heresy of the old gods. Marukadi, right? You remember that the prophet that founded the Elysian Order? Yes, the prophet who founded the Elysian Order was Maruk. And the Marukadi faith is a heresy of the 8 divines. And so you can see how that works. Riddlethar we got down here and elsewhere. And I guess Alkosh is a heresy of Riddlethar religion. We've got Green Pact and Ariel worship. So very, very accurate. On the cultural front, we have a vast variety of cultures. We can see in this mod, I believe we only get 2 of the Khajiit cultures. We get the Anaquinian and the Palatinian. We've got several Argonian cultures, which I don't even know what the difference is between all of these. I'm definitely not an Argonian expert, but this is very interesting here. Dunmer, you can see these are the House Dunmer here. We also have the Ashlanders. The Ashlanders are a separate culture. We've got Skull up here in Solstheim, even though they're getting colonized by the Dunmer. And, you know, and look on the Hammerfell side, we have a division between Crown and Forebearers, as well as if we go all the way over here, we still actually have Yakutans going on over here. So very, very lore accurate. We have just about everything that is mentioned in the Elder Scrolls. We've got Draugr up here and some Atmorans still, surprisingly, but they are crushed under the yoke of the Frozen Horde. These guys, who are they? Well, yes, they worship animism. That's the Atmoran faith, is basically animism. Their culture... Oh, these are Atmorans here, okay. Yeah, these guys on that island are Atmorans. And surprisingly enough, here on Quay, which I'm not even super familiar with Quay, but here on this little island, this might be an embellishment, but they do have, you can see here, Chimmer. Chimmer are here on this island. And this is a Chimmer here who is actually ruling, you can see here. Well, they look like a Chimmer because their parents were a Chimmer. And you can see this Chimmer worship the Velothi face. Yeah, Velothi, as in, this is considered, in this game, Velothi faith is considered a heresy of Alm Sylvi, a heresy of the Temple faith, and that's because most of the Velothi worshippers are the Ashlanders down here. You can see that's just about... That is actually gone from the map. Velothi worship has been stamped out in Morrowind. There is only one little sliver of... Up here in Margon, we have Neverine cult. Yeah, which subspecies an Argonian is born in is determined by how much hissed sap they lick. That sounds about right. Anyway, let's continue our war effort here. Oh shit. These guys walked in here and they're fucking killing us now. Awesome. Why does it say I have 5.76 in the county? Let's get some people out of here. Do I have more people attached to this? What? Yes. Yes, look at all these AI who are attached to my army here. That is bad news. We need to get out of here. Damn. Yeah, so abandon this. Which one is faster? 22nd. Yeah, it's faster just to go in here. This is the quickest way out. So how many men are we going to lose here? 28% of our force. Can we cross over there before that happens? Let's see what it says here. Oh god, the supply limit is even worse here. Yeah, I gotta pull back to Moorgate. That AI army walking through there really caused us to just lose a shit ton of men. Thanks very much, the wonderful AI. And that's a big problem, because remember, this is like half of their army. And that's already a way bigger stack than what we have. Okay, the good news is that apparently we made it out of here. Hold on, let me see something here. Let's save this, and I wonder if I can go back there now and park. I'm going to call the Sancre Tor War just 1, and we're just going to make incremental saves like this. Yes, so they left, and now I can resume my siege here. Awesome. We do need to reappoint these generals for some reason. So we're going to go ahead and do that. There we go. Okay, good. They're going to take care of these guys. We just barely avoided a terrible crisis there. Okay, winter is almost over. When winter ends, I'm going to move the rest of these guys through here, and we're just going to push everybody in. So, it looks like we might have a rebellion in Banner Mist here. The people are angry and maybe facing open rebellion. What's the revolt risk here? 25. Holy crap. Let's get our marshal on there. Well, our marshal is in Windhelm. Is Windhelm better? Not particularly. They still have a heretic stronghold on there. Oh, this is a bad situation. We really can't afford to be dealing with either one of these things. Let's see what our Magister is doing. Can our Magister go to Windhelm? No, they cannot. And they definitely can't go to Banner Mist. So I think it's more important right now to stop potential rebellion in Banner Mist. And this guy, the Chancellor, can come out here. Get us line of sight on Ash. That's probably the best thing that he could be doing right now. There we go. We got good line of sight all around here now. Although I wish we had a little bit more info about what's going on over here. Okay, good. This is happening finally. We're going to try to kill that Vasenkarth kid. Yeah, he's bribed a hunter to take him on a trip to the wilds and dispatch the child while making it look like an accident. So they call it the wilds for a reason. Very good. So we got Pale Pass. Alright, and we're just going to continue. Look, second seed. Time to move these guys in. This army, you go on up and take Glade Mist. And the rest of these guys I'm going to merge. And they're going to go Cloud Ruler. And I don't need Cloud Ruler. We're going to go up there. Go to Miranda. And these guys, Sancre Tor, just come up there. That should be fine. And what's our supply limit here? Supply limit issues are yeah, that's a non-issue. However, we might get backdoored over here. We do need to turn these guys around, I'm thinking. And send these guys who are in Hammerfell right now. Send them on over to Grey Winter. Oh, that's a Marukati uprising. Perfect! They are having their own uprising. The Elysian Order has risen up here. So we are going to leave them to their business. That will be perfect, actually. If Grey Winter goes independent because of this uprising, it's going to be very, very simple to just snatch that up in a little bit. Okay, what happened here? Success! Yes, the hunter did what he was paid to do and made sure Brick never returned from his hunting trip. He'll keep quiet about his ghastly deed to save his own skin, if nothing else. Okay, great. So falleth the house of Vasenkarth, those infidels who betrayed the old gods and abandoned the Reachman way of life in search of comfort in imperial courts. To hunt a man is truly the greatest sport, indeed. And there fall the traitors. They've got 9 living members remaining. All women, I think. Yeah, we got a guy here, but he has nothing but daughters. So that is good. Nothing but daughters. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 2 more floating around somewhere alive. 8, 9. Good. All daughters. Okay, these are the same ones that we saw over here. So these ones married off and are going elsewhere. So that's the end of the Vasenkars when it's all said and done. So as the farmers prepare for sowing their spring crops, your court chaplain suggests you bring out the holy relic and bless the fields. Surely this would increase the likelihood of a bountiful harvest this year. Yes, Karspire gets minus 8% revolt, or we can become cynical, which is not what we really need right now. We got plenty of intrigue. The local people feel that they and their ruler are blessed by the gods, and they are therefore less likely to revolt. There we go. So Pale Pass is ours, ladies and gentlemen. We've got all these guys moving in through here. We're going to move them up to Underpall. And that, okay, that's fine. Yes, everything is fine. We are going to get out of there before the rest of these armies move through. We do not want to create a situation where we're choking everybody in the Pale Pass and create a supply limit issue. So this is great news. This is really, really helping me out here with this rebellion there. The only thing I have to worry about is if my own little rebellion might pop up there and Banner Mist. I'm going to go ahead and save this here, because it seems like things are going relatively well. Cloudtop went independent, apparently. Interesting. Oh, never mind. They're part of Nimble. Oh, shit. Okay, let's get a move on. Okay, good. We're going for Underpall. Let's actually move these guys up. We're going to go for Glade Mist because, remember, this is a Warlord war, which means no matter what, if we win the war, we will win this area, and we will occupy all... oh, shit. Oh, hold on. I'll just finish what I was saying. As a Warlord war... if you win, you gain all of the listed objective here, but you also gain all occupied territories outside of the objective. So it's a very, very good way that this mod has added to expand quickly, and we're going to try to link up with this thing that we acquired through some kind of peace settlement. And let's see if we can make a path down through here at least. Or a little bit more of a buffer. You know, I want these two probably. Miranda and Glade Mist, and then Cold Corn and Nickel. That's the goal here, those 4, as well as these. So, this is, you know, we need to get a move on here, because this is happening. We've received news of a horrible epidemic in Firewatch, Potter Great House Telvanni. At first, the rumors were thought to be exaggerated, but there's been disorderly arrival of inconsolable refugees at our gates. It's been difficult to ignore what's happening. They tell various symptoms. A red rash, coughing endlessly. You know, the red rash covers your entire body. This is a major, major plague. This is the Nadian flu, ladies and gentlemen. The Nadian flu has the potential... Yes, there's been no mention of a cure, only mass graves. Is this the will of the old gods? And so this is very troublesome. One major all caps epidemics, and it's already spreading across Vardenfell. You know, it's crossed the narrow sea here from Firewatch into Zainab region. So there goes the Ashlanders, the Zainab Ashlanders who live there. Oh my, and this has the potential to cover the entire realm, you know, all of Tamriel, including the Alinor down here. And that is not good news, because what happens is, in a situation where the Nadian flu expands all the way down, you know, we are not able to raise any armies, and basically all of our vassals are going to die as well, and most of our ruler and most of our family, if it expands all the way over here. Now, it did the first time, and that was the Great Epidemic. It covered everything. Everything was covered in Nadian flu. Not one single tile was spared. But the second time, it actually started down here and elsewhere, but it was contained. It stopped right around up here for whatever reason. And I guess it really just depends on luck. So we're going to have to hope and pray that we're lucky here. So Elenir has been successfully taken over here. Good. You know, this is actually a waste of resources. I'm going to move these guys through here. We need them to get over here before winter sets in. Okay, Chieftain of Ooston Hall has provided me with proof that this guy is conspiring against me. Well, no, I think this is a lie as well. Vault Guard likes us a little bit more, or a lot more actually, and we'll go ahead and pay him off so he likes us a lot, and then we'll keep this information to ourselves. Yeah, so my goal here, because this is a warlord war and I want to occupy as much territory as possible, Hammerfell is not a priority for me. I need to get out of here and move these guys through Pale Pass before... I mean, they're probably not going to get there in time. These guys can move down too. Hold on, let's merge. And maybe now, will they follow me? No. Those 700 guys are out there doing their own thing. And this is rebels. So this was a rebellion here. Which serves me well. We'll let them go and do their own thing. I have no idea where they're going exactly, but Riften is having a rebellion as well, which is very good. Now, here's the issue. Here comes their army. You can see their maximum reinforcements. If they reinforce here and rest up, it's going to be 6,900 guys, which is very dangerous. Now, Cold Corn, we're going to have to avoid this for now because this is out of our supply range. Okay, this is happening. This is where it's going to go down, in Miranda. So they're going to get there in like 2 weeks. Shit, I need to move these guys over. I waited too long. Yeah, so they're going to have to hold out. These 1,800 guys are going to have to hold out as best they can. I don't have any generals. Why do I not have generals I can put on there? Let's take a look at minor titles and appoint some new commanders. You can be a commander, and you can have a command, and you can have a command. You too. And wait, was that bastard? Let's put the bastard on the command as well. Yes. Okay, bastard, show us what you got. They call you Tycane the Terrible. Let's prove it. So there is no right flank here. most of these forces actually are... Okay, I see what's going on there. The army of Morgan. So they already... That's the AI that makes up the bulk of these. My actual forces here only number 500. So here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna leave this like that. I guess we can go ahead and throw in one of the new guys. Yeah, this guy, because we hate him and he hates us. And the bastard. Throw the bastard on there. Oh, they pulled back. Now they're going into Coldhorn. Hold on, I need to save this. Because this is an interesting spot here. I'm going to save before things get too hairy here. And we're going to figure out what they're planning to do. It looks like... Stop here. Okay, this is winter time. Unfortunately. So these guys are going to have to wait on Moorgate until winter is over. I think these 900 can make it through here. They can squeeze through during the winter and they should be fine. Yeah, this is a glitch. I don't have a husband, so that event is a little bit buggy right now. So Miranda has been taken. Very good, very good. Where are they going? They're heading on this way. Well, here's the issue. Coldcorn specifically is the worst place it would be to confront them because that would be out of my supply line. Coldcorn is too far out of my supply range. I think this is it here. Allswell, I'm not sure about because I haven't actually been up in Allswell before. I might be able to cut them off here. Yeah, let's go for it. Okay, we've got Adamus, Hades. Okay, here they come. Wait, hold on. Are they coming to me? Let's save this here. If I stop... Will they walk into me or will they head in another direction? That's the issue. I think if I stop here... Yeah, I'm gonna let them come into me. Like right before I leave. Well, hold on. Let's just do it. Let's just go for it. Let's go for it in Allswell. See what happens. I need to appoint this general. So Adamus, Hades... And the last one is, where is he? Courtier in great company, Metellius. So put Metellius in there, and let's get some generals on here, right? We got this guy, the Sheriff of Kolkskigger, Sheriff of Whiterun, you can get in there, and Sheriff of Holdran. So there we go. Let's make it happen. Okay, boom. Okay, what happened there? We just lost like 2,000 guys. I had 7,000 troops. And when I got here, it shrunk to... What happened? Where did those 2,000 guys disappear to? Okay, according to this, I did go in there with 7,200. It's just that this is so strange. This is the most lopsided engagement that I've ever seen. So let's take a look at this. We had a lot of light infantry here. We had less cavalry, but not a whole lot. We had about the same number of... Actually, we had more archers, more battle mages, and roughly the same number of heavy infantry here. So whatever happened here is very strange there. Very strange result. Let's try this again, and we're going to try to bring in our other guys, maybe from over in Miranda next door. That was very weird. I can't explain that. Because as soon as we got there, we immediately lost 2,000 men. I wonder if it was a supply limit thing? Like, were we over the supply limit in that area? Because the battle screen at the end there was correct. We went in with 7,200. But on the map, when it showed when our army got there, it never showed 7,200. It showed 5,200. And so then it became 5,200 versus 5,800. And it still doesn't explain. You know, I'm curious where those guys went. I think we might not want to repeat that and take a more defensive posture here, maybe. You know, if I hang back. Yeah, I got a point Metellius. And we'll save after I do this again. So this guy goes in there. This guy goes in here. And this guy goes in here. Okay, so save this. I just made my appointments there. Yeah, we'll just save over this. Okay, so 7,200. Here we go. What is this? My spies here have said the local noble is a homosexual. Yeah, sure. Go ahead and blackmail him, I guess. Okay, now what we're gonna do here is stop. Are they gonna move into us here? Okay, he says he doesn't care if we spread rumors, but I think he'll regret his choice once I've informed his vassals. Okay, here's the battle going down. Okay, good. This actually, now my 2,000 guys stayed here where they should have been. And just in case, we'll come in here with these guys and reinforce there. Where are they going? So this is going down here. Let's head on up this way. If I could select this army, that would be great. So good. All of our columns are in place. And we just whooped them. So this was a much better result. You can see here. Good. Very good. They got still 2,300 guys remaining. This guy was captured. Decent general captured. Very good. Now, where are they pulling back to? Cold Corn. Oh, nice. Awesome. These guys are capturing a virtue at the same time. So that is useful. They're actually doing something. Now the question becomes, can I extend past this point? Because I think I'm going to run into supply limit issues here. Maybe not, since I fully occupied Glade Mist. Let's save this. And let's follow them. Let's follow them in there and chase them down. The Veldspar band is hired by somebody. I guess they were hired by Ingmarok. Okay, good. We are capturing Lindai. Chasing these guys down. Their morale was already broken. And so once we get in there, good. Less decisive than the first time, but still a good result. We lost half as many men as they did. And we can see these battles here are taking huge chunks out of their war score. That's the kind of progress we want to see here. So let's have the 4,000 continue into Yellow Tick. And these guys here can stay, the 1800 can stay and camp on... Oh, they don't have enough men. Let's correct that issue here. And send these guys over here to help out. Okay, it's summer, so these guys in Falkreath, our final army here, we can move them through as well. Good. Nice result there. We're just about done with this. Let's wipe their army out on Ash, and I think if we're lucky, we might be able to gather all of this if we can get... I don't need Lanai. Let's go for Nickel. Although if I was going to take Ash, I would also want to take Lindai. So then that we can have this, you know, a contiguous border here. Instead of having to walk through this and leave us open in that regard. Who's going after these guys in Robeck? Elsewhere Elsewhere is going for Robeck. So after this war, if we're successful here, we may actually share a border with the Khajiit. Let's pacify some of these idiots here. Just throw them all gold and see how far that gets us. At least one of them will probably back down. Okay, why is this lady so upset? Desires Ironbind, and she's ambitious. Well, we're gonna kill you. Hold on, is there anybody we can righteously imprison here? Morvun Scar is unhappy. Is he in this? Yes, he is in a faction. A different one, but we can imprison him. Now, Uston Hall, are you in that faction? No, it's Whiteflow, Everstead, Coldstone, and Ravenhall. Good, we can imprison Everstead here, and that might help us out. Oh, but he's in hiding, so we can't do it. So yeah, I think our first solution here was the correct one. Try to kill this lady. And who do we have that can join on in? Actually, we're going to sort by intrigue and just invite everybody who says yes. So her daughter actually might help us. That'll be a big help. Then we want this guy. That's another 17%. This is our cousin. Okay. And our daughter can join us on this. Good, very good. Invite to plot. Drosna helping us out. Of course, yes, Drosna. Who else? Anybody? Nope, that's all we got for the time being. I think that should put us over 100, though, for sure. Okay, let's get back to this. Yes, an intriguing scheme. Yes, very good. Everybody agrees that's a good idea. So we've just about occupied Sancre Tor itself. Oh, this is the Marukati Uprising. They're not my enemy, really. They are hostile to me, but if I stay out of their way, all will be well. Unfortunately, if they try to occupy Pale Pass or something like that, I might have to fight them. Okay, so these guys are still alive, apparently. But once they get into, you know, right around over here. Leader Augusto. Who is Augusto? Is that the Fighters Guild? Is that what that's about? Let me just double check here. And see who is hired by the Colovian Estates. Yes, Augusto of the Black Boots. So that's what's going on there. How about these guys? Are they still agitating? Yes. Man, they really hate me. I don't know, I think I should chase these guys down and finish off that army. I might not get Ash. I might not get Ash. I might have to back off here and just focus on these and Yellow Tick and maybe Nickel if we're lucky. We got Virtue. So the defensive pact against us is disbanding. That's the good news here. Oh man, there's still 200 remaining. That's fine, I guess. At this point, are they reinforcing at all? No, it says they're not reinforcing. So let's pull back to Ash. After years of careful planning, yet Totem Snow from the court of Helgen has raised a large army of exiles and is going where? Yeah, good luck. We'll go ahead and give you 20 gold. What's her target? Her target is this. Oh my god. Good luck with that. Yeah, this is the perfect response. Well, good luck with that. I don't think she has enough ships to get there. Okay, the defensive pact opposing us has disbanded. Good news for everybody. Well, unless you're one of those people who just disbanded the defensive pact. Probably bad news for you, because we are coming. After this war, we're certainly not finished. Let's focus on Nickel before Ash. And why are we taking the long way around here? Oh, you know what? These guys are available. Let's just move those 17. I didn't realize that we had taken Yellow Tick. Now this is interesting. An army of 1, everybody. Now they're reinforcing 16 soldiers a month. So I gotta be... God, should I pursue this? Because if I smash them completely, they're just going to respawn, like, almost instantly. Let's just go on over there and do it then. Let me save this here because I'm not sure about the limits of my supply. And I don't want to be in a situation where I'm going to lose my men because I've overextended myself. Good. Tova, somebody in our court, has converted to the old god's faith. Praise Meridia. Okay, Cold Corn is almost finished. We're at 71%. They've got some small armies still drifting around out here, but this is the main one. If we let it reinforce like that, it's going to be bad news. And yeah, all of their remaining armies are trying to mass there as well. Good. Lindai is ours. Let's bring these guys back over and finish off. Do I want Ash? Yes, I think I do want Ash. If we can swing it here. Okay, good. No supply limit issue thus far. We have now just landed on Coral. That's the key territory, the traditional capital of the Colovian Estates. Although I can see why they moved it away, because Kavach is just about to swallow them. Good, so we stomped out that army. Let's go back now. Let's go back to Ash. And just occupy all of this. Because remember, this is a warlord casus belli, which means we win all occupied territory at the end of this war. If we succeed, of course. So, fingers crossed they don't have any more mercenary doom stacks floating around. But this will basically be a definitive blow against the Colovian Estates if we cut them off and cut through here. then this whole section will be isolated from their core territories, because most of their capitals are still down here. Coral, Ash, Highgate, or not Highgate, Haynote, which is currently the capital of the whole thing. Virtue is another vassal capital. And we're just taking all of this shit right now. Although I am concerned about having... It's going to be like a... I don't know, how would you describe this? It's almost like a wedge of Skyrim territory that's going to be jutting out into the middle of Cyrodiil here. I'm hoping maybe Kvatch will pick off some of this stuff. Oh shit, I'm paused. Okay, there we go. So I'm sitting here thinking, should I focus on like cold corn and nickel, or should I keep pushing this way and try to limit the potential of them to mount a strike from both directions? Because we gotta stop and think about this here, because I remember the Colobian Estates did pick up most of Cheydinhal here. Cheydinhal used to be independent, but they were annexed. And that's a concern here, because if we, yeah, we're going to be splitting it up here, but they can still hit us from both sides if they were going to attack. Is this army too big? If I got both of these groups in here, I think we should be okay. If not, I'll just stop it immediately and move it. Okay, good. This works. Cold corn is taken. Okay, we're almost there. Their army just respawned, so that's something to watch. Okay, these guys are just going for it. They're going for Haynote. If they actually cap Haynote, which it looks like they will, because that's weakly defended, that will be the end of the war there, if we're sitting in their capital like that. So let me... Okay, Underpaul was just taken. Now here comes... Unfortunately, I will have to quash these rebels, it looks like. Because they're going to try to come in here and cap my... Oh shit, they just crossed over. Shit. I need to get in here. I was not prepared for that. They might actually beat us here. Hold on, we're rallying. Our morale is pretty good, all things considered. Good, we just bounced back. Oh, it's not enough. It's not enough. But we did inflict heavy casualties on them. We're still fighting. We got some great morale here. And we lost almost that whole stack, unfortunately. I was not paying attention. I thought they were moving into Pale Pass, but they were moving into Underpaw. And, oh, what happened here? We had 1,800. Oh, they're still coming. Okay, they're going to be a couple more days. Let's see if that isn't enough men to stop them. Let's get some generals on here, by the way. Tycane. That's our only general who isn't currently occupied elsewhere. Good. Okay, it looks like we're going to be able to do this. Yes, we have broken their morale. And they're running. Meanwhile, we just took Ash. Okay, so this is still pretty much even. We need to call some of these guys back here. And where are they heading to? Everyone's going to Pale Pass, apparently. Well, this war is just about over. Let's focus on nickel here, move these guys in. The supply limit is 19,000, so that's not an issue. Let's go in here and help these guys. Oh, they beat that army. Our allies were defeated here. Okay, so let's bring these guys over from Ash. I don't know, we've also got 1,100 here. I guess those heretics, that Elysian Uprising just disbanded completely when we defeated them. So that is actually good news. That allows us to bring these guys up to go counter these 1100 here. I'm going to keep these 1400, 1500 guys here. I'm just going to take the 4000 and send them in. What happened to their other guy, Metellius? Metellius went home, apparently. He's not even available to select on the list anymore. Okay, it's going reasonably well thus far. I'm hoping we're gonna break this flank here. Okay, good. We stopped them up here. That will allow these guys to get into Lindai. Good, good, good. So we broke their morale. They're on the run. And that should actually be the war, unfortunately. It's going to get to 100% war score. Yes. And I'm going to hope that I can... You know, before this war auto pieces out, I want to see if I can finish these sieges here. And that will allow me to pick up... This is almost done. The rest of Nickel and the city of Haynote here. Okay, we're getting ready to poison what's-her-face. We're gonna do the lady from Ironbind. We're gonna poison her drink. Let's save this here. So this is going pretty well thus far. If we can finish these sieges and there's not a dangerous faction forming, which there is, well, we can kill her, and that will get rid of the faction, or at least significantly weaken it. In anticipation of this, let's go ahead and bribe her heir. Let's speed it up a little bit, because most of the big battles are finished, so we don't have to have that laser focus anymore. We can kind of just... Okay, we got reinforcements. Nice. Siege of Cyrodiil. I guess that was at Nickel. Okay, this failed. She didn't drink, but she was also unable to recover the conspiracy. So what we're going to do here, because we don't really... I'm not super concerned about line of sight issues here anymore. I'm actually going to come and bring our Spy Master back up to... Where is that? Ironbind is who we're trying to kill here. Yes, Ironbind. So, Spy Master, you come up here and plot power increase in Frost Flow there. That should do the trick. Anybody else we can invite here? No. No, so we have all available resources on this plot. And we're just going to have to deal with that. Hopefully it succeeds, and hopefully we're not revealed. Okay, so Nickel is a success. These guys are... Drosna has to come back. She's been wounded again in Banner Mist. Let's take a look at Revolt Risk. Do we have... Yes, Revolt Risk is still up there in Banner Mist. Unfortunately, where's our Marshal at? Our Marshal is not leading troops. Oh, she's already enforcing martial law in Banner Mist, like right now. So that's something we're probably going to have to deal with. Hopefully not until this war ends. Wait, what just happened there? Did those guys... It looked like they just disappeared to me. Mankind is unlovable, according to the old queen. So no more charity. That hurts our diplomacy by a lot. And people in general are not going to like us as much. Okay, we're almost there. Oh, here they are. Okay, good. Siege of Hainaut is finished. And so before this is, you know, these guys are not going to be able to do their siege. So I'm going to save this here and then peace out. And if all goes according to plan, we should pick up all of this territory here. All of this. Okay, so I'm going to save this here. Sancre Tor War 8. Okay, let's peace out here. Enforced demands. We gain prestige, he loses prestige. We gain all occupied territory and become the new Countess of Sancre Tor, everybody. There goes the holy fortress of the Empire right here. Now under control of Reachmen. There. There it is. We've usurped the title Chiefdom of Lisband. Yeah, all of this. All of this is ours. Look at that. Holy crap. We also unexpectedly picked up some of this stuff over here. Elenir, Agadem, and Stonedale. I did not anticipate getting these. I'm sitting here wondering if we want to keep them or we might give them to Nimble. That's a possibility as well. Although, if we do give them to Nimble, we're going to be fighting Nimble sometime soon. We do want to get Felglow at some point. Although I think our next target is going to be either the Rift or Nilim. You know, one of these guys in here. But anyway, this was a massive success right here. Absolutely massive. Look at that map of Tamriel now. You know, for some reason, this looks so much more imposing with this extra flank down here than it did. I mean, we're basically, if we zoom all the way out and look at Tamriel, I think we now are, yeah, we're pretty much large and in charge at this point. The only ones who can, this is a significant blow to the Colovian estates. I don't think they're ever really going to be a significant force in terms of raw military power again. You know, our main concerns here are Orsinium, who are currently in civil war, and Kvatch. Kvatch is still an issue, and of course, Alinor, which has transformed itself into the Aldmeri Dominion, because they've taken almost all of Valenwood at this point. The Aldmeri Dominion, of course, is something we do not want to mess with. And we're going to be avoiding them as much as possible. Wait, did they pick this up as well? Yes, the Aldmeri Dominion has got in on the action here in Hammerfell. So basically all major powers at this point control land in Hammerfell. In that case, I'm considering holding on to this because it looks like there's a colonial scramble going on here in Hammerfell. And I'm not sure it would be wise to surrender my Hammerfell territory to other people. The Blades, maybe. If I make an ally with the Blades, they currently just control this one thing. But he really, really doesn't like me. Yes, next up, get the Amulet of Kings and take the Imperial City, AMJ says. Well, for that, I would have to fight Kvatch. I think that would be very unwise right now, because Kvatch and ourselves have had a gentleman's agreement basically the entire game. Like I said before, Kvatch's main enemies are our main enemies. The Colovians and Orsinium. Even more importantly, Orsinium is the big troublemaker here. And Kvatch, you know, I am content to leave Kvatch right now. The Imperial City is a big money maker for them, a big contributor to their tax base. And, you know, if they don't have a problem with us, I don't have a problem with them. Let's take a look at who's in charge of Kvatch right now. Well, they are zealous. Luckily, she is 66 years old and gonna die soon. Her, let's see who the heir is. This kid. A Breton. He is not zealous. Good. So once this ruler dies, she's a Colovian. This was a Colovian. That's a Colovian. Is this the same family? No! So what's happening here, apparently, for some reason, they have absolute cognatic primogeniture, but some Breton kid from another family is apparently the heir here. I'm not sure why that is, necessarily, but it definitely goes to the Strouds. That's interesting. So there's going to be a changing of the guard in Kvatch. So that's something to watch out for. The Covinchal family has ruled Kvatch for the entire time. So this is going to be new ground for them, having a change in ruling dynasty here. I'm not sure I want that to happen. Because if the Strouds take over, let's see what that does for us. The Strouds, who are they? Dwinin! That's the family from Dwinin, or what's left of it. Is Dwinin still active? It looks like it. Oh, they control this lordship here. Something I overlooked, actually. The lordship of Grimdyke is technically still under the control of Dwinin, and their existence here, this is my fault. The collapse of the Kvatch dynasty, the Covinchal family, after how many years in power? At least 3,000 years, let's just say. At least 3,000 years in power. You know, the entire time. They're going to collapse because a family that comes out of this lordship, because this is an oversight on my part. I skipped over this, and these guys are going to inherit Kvatch. So I essentially caused the downfall of Kvatch here. Now, is that a good thing? I don't know. Can I kill this kid? No, I don't have the power to do that. Maybe somebody else will. Can I vassalize him? No, he will not be vassalized. How about I toss him some gold here? That won't do it, will it? No. Foreign culture, not my de jure liege. Small difference in rank, I beg to disagree on that point. But false religion, different culture, yeah. That is all true stuff. So yeah, he's not going to join me by peace. I don't understand, though, why his kids are the heirs to Kvatch. That seems bizarre to me. Because their laws are primogeniture. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and save this because we just won all of this crap down here. And for some reason picked up these as well. So we're going to save this. Sancre Tor 1, we'll call that. That was a huge win for us. Now we have an issue here where we have to distribute 20 new territories. Yeah, we're going to disband these troops here. And we are now 75 years old. I'm guessing we're going to die at any moment. But yeah, I'm thinking about not disbanding my troops because we have a dangerous faction here. Actually, two dangerous factions. Why do they not like me? Wants a seat on the council. And this guy also, same thing, probably? Yes. Well, let's try to appease these people. Morvun Scar is actually better than, or the same, rather. He's the same as my current counselor. We'll try to stave off him getting pissed off. And let's appoint him. Let's appoint Morvenskar. Volkskiga is much less powerful than the other guy was. So there we go. So that should satisfy him. Maybe. And this lady, her best attribute is intrigue. And we currently have our cousin in charge here. And he doesn't like us very much either. So we're actually going to keep him on. Because Skyborn is kind of powerful, if I'm remembering correctly. No, actually, not particularly. Skyborn only controls these two. Whereas Ravenhall is all of this stuff now. Ravenhall is definitely our most powerful vassal. So if we can pacify her, that might be a good thing here. Wait, is that really a thing? AMJ says keep Sancre Tor, which I was planning to, yes. But he says keep it so you can survey it to get the Amulet of Kings. I'm not sure that's entirely a thing that you can do. It would pop up as a special event here. Develop ruins. No, it's everywhere around Sancre Tor, but there are no ruins on Sancre Tor itself. These are Yakuden ruins, Aliad ruins, and more Aliad ruins, and more alien ruins. Okay. You said it's in the FAQ for the mod. Maybe I have to upgrade it? I don't know. And that's worth looking into. Maybe it's a special event. Title loss on succession. It says this will go to Perennia Cedar. Who the fuck is Perennia Cedar? Let's look at that, shall we? Find... Let's find title. We want to find characters. Search all. Perennia Cedar. Okay, so the Cedar family is this person, heir to the county of Colovian Highlands. Okay, so that's the issue there. So why will she... This doesn't make any sense. Why would she inherit Sancre Tor? I just conquered their asses. Maybe there's a title that I need to usurp here. Glade Mist, Virtue, Stonedale. So I'm actually kind of tempted to save it here and maybe take off for the time being. Well, I just did save it here. So there's a lot of stuff to look at here, which is not terribly exciting. You guys want to keep going? I'll put it to chat here. You guys want to keep going for now? Or should we call it a day here for the time being? Make this a little bit of a short one. Yeah, you keep talking about surveying Sancre Tor. Let's take a look at that, shall we? Special events in the Intrigue tab. Found a new empire. Well, we would need 8,000 prestige to do that. Commission a runestone. What the hell is that? What does this do? To chronicle your exploits or the memory of a dead parent. Yeah, let's do that. You've decided to commission and raise a grand runestone for future generations to gaze upon. Would you be carved into it? No, not my father or my mother. They were useless. Let it speak to me, of me. Raise a runestone in honor of your own person. Now, the artisans who will carve and paint the runestone are asking for instructions. Which of your qualities should it speak of? It will mention my greatness and the epic deeds that I have performed. Or I can say that I... Oh, this is based on proud, brave, or just. Yeah, definitely proud. She is a proud one. Not so just. She got just when she was really, really old. So I'm gonna go ahead and say, mention my epic deeds. Yeah, I think this is a good place to stop for the time being, guys. Because look at this. Look at that map. That is super, super impressive. AMJ says, use your steward to survey. Oh, hello. Yeah, to discover new ruins. I didn't even realize you could do that. I've just been using them to boost my tax base this whole time. So yeah, that's definitely something that we should do. I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. And oh, you're right. I can only survey in counties that I directly control. So we do want to hold on to Sancre Tor for sure. And we were going to hold on to it anyway, because Sancre Tor, that's a high prestige name right there. I think the ruler would definitely want to hang on to that and use it as one of their own personal fortresses. So I am very happy with how things have developed here. This exceeded my wildest expectations. It went much better than I thought. The Colovians, it turns out, were something of a paper tiger here. They just collapsed utterly. And the army that they fielded was actually only half of the size of what the ledger said they had, which is kind of crazy. And this gives me a nice coastline along Lake Rumare. Once I eat away at this, then I think we'll be comfortable, in a comfortable position to go ahead and take the Imperial City. We also have Way here actually is the most important one, because that's the only land connection to the Imperial City. So we're good. We are pretty much good to go here. You know, these guys are absolutely no threat to us. Well, what's our threat level right now? 50%? Okay, so what's going to happen before we take out these people? We have to basically wait. And so it's going to be our daughter is who's going to conquer the rift. Potentially. Actually, she's super old as well. It might well be that their kid, who I'm hoping is going to be actually be Petunia here. Oh shit, she's already 35. And has... all her kids are from another family. Okay, well fuck it then. We're basically stuck with this guy, even though his stats are absolute shit. So this is going to be a challenge here. Once our daughter dies and Strasnock takes over, he's a pretty weak ruler, I gotta say. But that's looking long term. I think our daughter should hang on long enough to be able to conquer the rift. Let's look at this. Yeah, I'm gonna save this here. Oh yeah, I need to do... Yeah. That's what I was planning to do. Okay, there we go. Now, without using Warlord... Is your claim... So we would have to go one at a time then. Unless our daughter gets Warlord ability, then that's something we could do as well. This would be a bad idea because that would bring in the Colovians. Because remember, look, the rift is right here. And now that they conquered Shadenhall, the Colovians have another direct connection to Skyrim right here. So we will have to work on that and take the Gerald Mountains for ourselves. Actually, I think, you know, based on our position here, we might want to eventually gobble up all of the Colovian estates, because we do want that territory around Lake Rumare, and we do want the Gerald Mountains, you know, to secure our border here. I don't know, it seems like these guys have been kind of lucky. We've been kind of ignoring them all this time. We've been going after the Colovians, we've been going after the Orcs. So I'm not sure exactly in which direction we should continue this here. But I'll think about it, and I think we're actually going to stop here, and this is going to be a little bit of a short stream. But it was a lot of fun, we got a lot done here. So I'm very happy with that, how that turned out. The only thing I'm not happy with is that the Khajiit are going to get in here and take Castle Robeck. That's not good. Because that means we have a border with the disgusting cat people. Another thing to watch out for is a potential conflict between the Aldmeri Dominion and either Kavach or Orsinium. And these, I don't know what I'm going to do with these. Should I hang on to this Hammerfell territory, or should I just dump it off onto the Blades or something, or Dragonstar? I feel like that's a futile effort. If I try to empower one of these weaklings, they're just going to lose it again anyway. We experienced that last time when I gave this guy these three, and he had his own little puppet state here. It didn't last very long. Yeah, AMJ, I think you're kind of right there. I didn't consider that because previously the Rift and the Colovians had very good relations with each other, but that might change after we took all of this shit from them. You are right. I think it's possible that the Colovians might move in here and try to move in this area to Rakund, or maybe take... Well, see, the problem with that is that at this point, the Rift is ruled by Colovians as well, so I'm not sure if that would limit their ability to make war on one another. Probably not, though, because as we see here, Kavach took control of Skingrad. So it's probably possible that they can attack each other. Anyway, this was a lot of fun. But I'm gonna go get some to eat right now. I'm tempted to actually jump on later tonight. I don't know. I might come back and do this a little bit later. Because this was very, very productive. Anyway, you guys take it easy. And, you know, if I jump back on later, I'll ping everybody in Discord. So if you're curious about that... you know, just scroll down a little bit past the video player here. You'll find the link to the Discord. You can just jump in there. And that's when every time I go live, I drop a notification about it. And that's the easiest way to do it. I also have Twitter up there, but, you know. For more of this or more of Morrowind, he asks. Well, that's a good question. Could be either one, depending on my mood. I haven't figured it out yet. You're right, and that's just me thinking it's possible that I may not even jump back in. It depends, really, what's happening tonight. But, this was a lot of fun, though, so I am considering it. Probably more of this. Why not? Anyway, see you guys a little bit later. Maybe. Or maybe tomorrow. I think tomorrow I'm going to be on anyway. Regardless of what I do tonight. Yeah, I want to be on here tomorrow and do something. So take it easy, guys. Catch you later. Have fun.